Oh, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The War for Wildemount. All right, let's get back into it. As our heroes continue their journey south to the city of Nicodronas. Not to deliver the stone, but to find the stone to which Nahon had taken in the night and disappeared to. And as everybody's kind of like followed them for about, I'd say, a day or two now, on your way over, right before you guys got to the Wyun Gates, you all came across an encampment about less than 1,000 men that were made up of Righteous Brand and Menagerie Coast Zalezos. As you guys approached, one of your new party members that you had discovered on your way south, a young man named Yuri, who is under the service of the Order of Lion, who you all know to be is Duhane's Night Order. As you all continue through, Yuri had to go and deliver a message to the camp. To somebody in the camp, excuse me. Sir Marcus wished to follow, and also Darmanicus, and that was it. Darmanicus was the only one that followed him. Yuri got there before Darmanicus and Marcus, and he was able to go and talk to the commander without any troubles. However, when Marcus approached the Righteous Brand, they didn't really like him too much, thus kind of leading to Marcus's arrest, and shaming him. They interrogated him a little bit and let him go. Marcus met with everyone right before you all made camp, after his debacle with the Righteous Brand. He was a little angry and moody after the situation, as he kind of stuck to himself, and also had a tough conversation with Yuri afterward. But with that in hand, the rest of you all were camping around, or were sitting around a small campfire, while Marcus is off on his own, and I assume Yuri is just on his way back from talking with him. So
I've already been back for time, and I've already collected his armor and set it back up where it's supposed to be.
Okay. All right. With everybody still around the campfire, what would you guys like to do?
Asia's gonna go to her room for a bit and read some of that alchemy book. She's kind of done with people for now.
Her room?
Yeah. In the tower?
I haven't made it yet.
Oh, you haven't? I thought you did. Never mind. In that case, she's just gonna go by Cora and read.
All right.
It's been a while since I've gotten a chance to read the book.
The Alchemist book, correct?
Yeah, that Niles gave me.
All right.
Yeah. Amari, he's gonna take out that stone now that everything's gonna settle down. After having worked on it for a few months and stuff like that, or not a few months, but over the past couple days and whatnot, he's able to kind of kink out some of the different aspects that were just kind of finicky when it came to the stone, and he's gonna walk over towards sort of the back of their camp little area where everyone's sitting, and he's going to set it on the ground, tap the center of it so that circled, like rounded sigil pops up in there, and he starts like dragging different sigils into the middle and stuff like that. And you watch them as they are dragged into the center; they just disappear, like dissipate, sort of into a mist. And he's spinning the sigils around in different circles, sort of like a lock mechanism. Before finally he takes both of his hands and raises it above it, just collapses it down into the top of the stone, and just boom, a door. Oh, shit, fuck, a door pops up, and Amari, he stands up at that point and turns around to look at the rest of the group. Hello, everybody. If you don't mind, I would like to show you something. I've been working on my my stone for a couple days now, and I have some interesting aspects to show all of you. And he's opening the door now as he he opens it to the main area, the lounge area that he has set up at the bottom.
I'll follow.
Alessia's gonna stay where she is for now.
I'll follow in as well.
So, like, what, you put in, like, fireplace or something?
Who's all going? Is Marcus coming?
He's still away from the group.
Something.
He's still.
I stick my head back out of the door and like, hey, kid,
Hmm?
you real?
Yes.
Get in. Get
Sit
in here.
down.
It's much. It's nice warmer in here.
All right.
But
Is it-
we'll show you what's inside. Come.
All right. I'll get up from the log that I'm sitting on and come join them, kind of looking up at Amari as if like asking him, "Can I?"
Amari kind of gives you a grin
Hmm.
and nods his head. Yes, actually, I would like to show you something. If you're going to be
Oh.
with us for the time being, you would need a place to sleep. So, with that being said, just follow me.
All right then.
The first area, when you step in here, it's got that like nice rug set up there by the front door, and around here, like the circular staircase, you'd see another like set of rugs and couches and stuff like that over here. But Amari, he's gonna step forward towards that stone staircase. It spirals upwards, and he says, "It's just right up this way. I wish Leslie would come in, or even Marcus, despite what happened. I need to show them, but I suppose I could just do this for now. Please show you guys." And he is going
All
to
right.
start rounding his way up the staircase up here.
This is amazing.
Hold on, I gotta look at their names for the room so I know who's whose. Okay. And Amari, he's gonna come in here first, and he'll lead the group this way to this door where Darminicus is, and he's gonna grab the handle and push it open and step inside so you can see the inside of the room, sort of how it is here. Probably not without the bow on the ground there, but just other various items like that backpack and shit, and a stool and a desk and stuff. And Amari steps in and he looks back at Darminicus. Darminicus, I took the liberty to make this room specifically for you, and you're welcome to decorate it however you wish, but this is where you will be staying.
Quick question. When you mean decorate this, would that mean decorate with the things that are presented here inside, so it doesn't like pop out?
Amari shakes his head. Well, I could probably use this magic of dispel and integrate that into the room if you'd like it in here, but there are some items that will disappear and land on the outside, but you just have to let me know kind of what you want to do.
I'll make sure I'll make a list.
He nods his head. And that's appreciated.
You see a
These
slight
are-
smile, and he's like, "Thank you."
No problem. You're welcome to continue looking at the room or coming with us as well. There is more to show. And he's gonna walk down this way. He's gonna stop here at this door, and he's gonna push it open. Uriel was your name, yes? He's looking down.
Yes.
Follow
Hi.
me in here.
Hmm?
This room was going to intentionally be Nahon's, but since
Oh.
he's no longer with us, you're welcome to stay here at least for the night or however long you plan to be with the group. But it's something for you to, a soft bed and a place to sit.
All right. I hope I do not impose.
You're not imposing, but like I said, I would rather you sleep in a bed rather than the hard ground outside.
Hmm. All right. Thank you.
No problem. You're welcome to explore the room and get acquainted with the items within, but it's your space.
All right. Kind of like looks over the things on the desk, but it's on the desk, by the way.
It's probably like that book right there, but it's like I don't know what it would be necessarily. It'd probably be like hold on.
Most things here are bare bones still a little bit.
Yeah,
for-
it's
for
pretty
the
bare
room.
bones. The room's
Everything-
kind of you can kind
Yeah.
of decorate it however you want. There's a vanity right over
Yeah.
here for you to look at, like a mirror and stuff.
Yeah.
There is like a thing of water set up right here just in case you want it. Yeah, but the book probably isn't necessarily there. It's just decoration.
All right. Yep. Yeah, you guys don't really know anything about him, so yeah.
Exactly. But he's gonna step out as well and go towards Mayette. And finally, because well, no one else wanted to come in, your room. Just follow me.
Perfect.
Yes.
All right.
So you can step down here and just push open the door and lead you in. I kind of gave yours a little bit more of comfortable space. You have a vanity here and a couch if you'd like to sit and whatnot. But I tried to
Oh,
make
I
it
love it.
to the specifications. If you would like to change anything, though, just let me know and I can take care of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, this is great. Thanks.
No problem.
Like,
I just wanted.
throw-
Go ahead.
Just gonna throw her bag down and like start like looking. Okay, so that can go there. Oh, okay. I'll decorate later.
I was just like watching her, just smiling. But you're welcome to get acquainted with the space. But if you need anything, let me know. Okay.
Okay.
That said, he's gonna step in the
Awesome.
room, and he's gonna kind of walk this way, and he's gonna open up his own room. Step inside so that way he can see his bookshelf that he had set up here, his own little mirror vanity area, and these sigils that he has carefully inscribed onto the ground for just general purpose, like a general purpose arcane circle for him to do like ritual casting or just studying and experimentation and whatnot. But he has it set up just in case. And that is that for now. I guess when Marcus and Lesia want to come in, he can show them their room in particular. But for the time being, he's going to stay in his room.
All right.
What's the air like? Is it stale because this is in a different dimension, or is it like magically kept?
Climate control.
It's
Pretty
not
much.
like stuffy or anything. It
actually
feels like
geothermal.
it's like being in your own house, kind of. You know, like it's not stale, but
Oh,
it's
that's
like
it.
it is kind of artificial in a way. It's not like
Yeah.
horrible. What? It's like
Kind of like
There's a little bit of magic
Airlock.
going on.
The no Lehman's tiny hut is climate control.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can install, water cooling through the stonework
No.
to air condition the heated,
Nah, they're
heated
just messing with
floors.
I feel like you just kind of can't open a window because this is the like an astral plane or something like that.
Fall out of the tower if we open windows.
Yeah.
No, but
Whoosh.
it is a nice cool temperature.
So,
And as you guys are in the tower, and Lesia, you're still reading the book.
And
Marcus.
Slash kind of keeping guard because no one else wanted to keep guard on our stuff.
Okay. All right.
Marcus is out having his, episode.
That is where we go. We cut to Marcus.
Max is sitting on the G-stone. Just being very quiet. Not really doing anything.
All right. Lesia, make me a perception roll. As you are just laying down next to Cora and reading. Cora kind of jerks a little bit. She kind of gets up and goes,
What is it? And then I start looking around.
You look around, you can't see anything, but you hear this kind of like guttural, high-pitched screech that just kind of like stretches across the night sky.
Alright, I have my sword out, and I'm kind of looking up and around now. Does the screech sound familiar at all?
Make a history check. Or actually, no, not history. Make a nature check.
Let me just check something real quick.
Or survival, I'd consider.
Okay. Let me do survival then. And if it's Fey Fiend or Undead, I have advantage. So,
Okay.
not that it helps much.
You're able to ascertain it could be an owlbear.
Okay. Gonna keep an eye on the forest then, where it might be coming from. Do I get a general idea of what direction it's coming from?
It sounds like it's coming from the plain.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep alert in case it comes by, but if it doesn't approach us, then I'll leave it alone.
Alright.
Hey, would the screeching pass through the door? I don't know if sound goes through doors.
Yes.
Would it?
Yeah, the
'Cause I know
sound
we went down
goes
first
through
floor.
this thing. And yeah, it's like to the point where it's like muffled, but you guys can hear something. But roll a perception.
Does Sir Marcus hear that as well, since he's outside?
Roll a perception.
Oh, I definitely do. We do.
You both
Well.
hear it. Let's see if Marcus hears it. Yeah,
Oh,
he hears it too.
what the fuck?
23.
That is,
What the
that is
hell?
Really weird.
All
That
right,
is
roll.
really weird.
You're down here with us. Let's go.
I have performance.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, what is this madness?
Okay, so Marcus, he will look up, look around, and then he will get up and make his way towards where he tossed his armor. And he will approach it. Yuri, he put it where?
Next to his horse.
Okay, he looks a little bit
Kind of
for it,
right.
and then sees his
Yeah.
armor, and walks towards it and starts to put it on.
You guys feel that?
I
Sort of felt like
heard that.
Did we hear it or feel it?
simultaneously-
What happened exactly?
Dominicus feels
Uh,
stuff.
I felt that all three of us have a connection somehow. Like we all hit it at the same time. Somehow. Something came to the door. I heard something. Did you guys hear that?
I heard that, yes. We should go check.
Here, Amari. If you want to get Mayat, we'll go out.
Amari's looking at Dominicus like, well, if something's wrong, then I can protect whoever it is with my magic. Perhaps Uriel should go.
Yeah. Switch up.
Yes. Excuse me. He'll, kind of like, it kind of looks like he wants to just straight up vault over the staircase and rush out the door, but for the sake of being polite, he, kind of pushes the door open. He's gonna exit outside. Try to, both listening and trying to identify whatever the heck that screech might have been.
All right. We'll switch up then. I'll get Mayat.
If Lesia can see Uriel leaving, can she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's at.
You get it.
I shall just kind of glance over at him. I think it was just an owlbear.
Clues?
far enough away that it is not easily seen.
Hmm. That is odd.
Might just leave us alone.
Alright.
They're territorial though, so
He looks worried.
Mark steps in the doorway. And he's just kind of looking outside at the nighttime air.
I did forgot to mention, by the way, the kid also does have a short bow over his back, along with the sword and a quiver at his hip. So I forgot to mention that, but he has. Yuri's just gonna kind of spend his time outside, just kind of enjoying the natural air and making sure the owlbear does not come back.
Pardon me. And
Is Marcus going to be okay?
Wait, was the armor over here? The horses here?
yeah, you can assume the horses are over there.
Yeah, then you will.
Leslie is over there too.
Okay. Yeah, then Marcus will be over here and putting on his armor. He saw
way,
Lesia,
this
but he
is-
didn't say anything.
It's not accurate to what Mars the tower looks like. This is just limited to what Incarnate
It's
had.
just
right?
placement of the tower.
But once we can get something better, like we'll just say like this is the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just to show that me and Mayetta are in the tower at least.
They're making things, working on it.
yeah. So you would have heard
Babies.
me mention that it was probably just an owlbear then, Marcus.
So Marcus nods. He's still putting on his armor.
Mari's gonna step over in this direction and kind of reach up to push his hair out of his face and looking at Marcus and Lesia. He's still a little fiery about everything that happened earlier, but he's seems to be trying to resolve it as he looks at him and says, both of you, Lesia and Marcus, whenever you have an opportunity, I would like to show you something inside of the tower if it's possible, but when you have free time.
That is fine. I just did not want to leave our things unguarded earlier.
Hi.
You can go. I can watch you.
Maybe not now with the owlbear possibly around.
I can watch.
It's fine. I can get the first watch.
Alright.
Yeah, he said that's
Insist.
Alicia, sorry.
I'll take second as always.
Fine.
Perhaps I'll take third then.
Hmm.
So Marcus is like he's facing towards the what's it called? The wagon. Not really looking on towards you guys. He's just facing this way and putting on his armor.
I'd like to help however I can. Should I join one of you in a watch?
Sorry, what do you say?
I'd like to help all of you however I can. Can I join one of you in a watch?
Marcus is saying nothing.
Amari looks over at him. Yuri, why don't you take a watch with Sir Marcus here, since he might be lonely.
I'm fine.
Marcus, let the boy, he looks up to you. Let him.
The boy should get some sleep.
He can.
Inside.
Maybe you could show him a thing or two about how a knight takes watch.
That is not my job. That's his master's job.
His master is not here.
Well, then he has to wait.
Perhaps I could do it to you, Sir Mari.
If that's what you wish.
He gives like this very minuscule nod. Hesitant. He seems almost unwilling to look Marcus in the eye at this point. Kind of almost not quite scared of him, but yeah.
He yelled at him. Sorry.
And you see Sir Marcus is done taking his armor on. He turns around, draws his sword, checks it, puts it back, just stands quiet.
I will
Amar's gonna.
be out here for the night. We'll just keep watching.
Amari will turn around and make his way back into the tower.
Alessia's following in this time.
So Marcus looks at you towards Yuri, but doesn't let him feel that he's watching him.
Yeah, the kid's pretty much got his back to you at this point, kind of found somewhere to sit, and kind of trying to be very focused on keeping an eye out for the owlbear. It's almost like he can tell you don't really want to talk and isn't.
Yeah, he even have his helmet on, so nobody can see his
Yeah.
face.
Hmm.
So you guys stay and keep guard. And Alessia, you are showed your new room. We will quickly do that.
Alessia actually probably could have figured out which one it was just by smelling which one doesn't smell like someone else already.
Peeks ahead in the room, sniff, sniff. Nope.
Amari, he leads you up the stairs, and then immediately as you come up off of them, he starts walking down towards this room here. And he pushes open the door, steps inside. This is the room that I made for you. I tried to pack it with things that you might use. So I have these like mortal and pestle for you to do alchemy stuff, and I have a table set up here with vials and whatever else you might need when it comes to alchemical creations and whatnot. But this is your space, so like I told everyone else, if there's anything that you'd like to do with it or add on, then just let me know, and I can take care of it for you.
Gives a kind of a silent nod. And
Anyway, I'll let you just kind of explore all them. But if you need anything, then my room is right next to yours, down the hall. Step out.
Hey,
well-
Amari. Is everything okay out there?
Yes, apparently there was an owlbear or something akin to that, but it seems far enough away. It seems far enough away not to be a cause of danger, but Marcus is outside, just standing watch,
Okay.
just in case. Because you
Oh.
never know. Leslie
Right,
would be
that's-
devastated if her Horus was killed. So,
Okay, that's good to hear. All right.
Alessia's gonna start arranging things, kind of getting them organized, all of the alchemy stuff. And then she's gonna continue reading her book for a little bit before getting some rest before her watch.
All right. For the alchemy stuff, go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
Just a flat intelligence? Awesome. I'm great at these. Yep, that's what I expected.
You got about a few pages in until you get a little distracted, and then you're just kind of like still thinking about a few things in your life and about the vigil and such. Your mind just kind of strays away from alchemy.
Giving it up as a bad job for the night, she's gonna go ahead and get things ready for sleep.
All right.
Until Marcus wakes her up for second watch.
Yuri is going to kind of like, assuming Cora is still out there, he's just gonna kind of like look over at her, and if she notices, he's gonna like raise a hand as if offering to pet her.
Make an animal handling check with disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay.
No.
Oof.
I mean, she's probably a trained horse, so. Disadvantage. Hmm.
You try to come up and pet her, and she just kind of moves around. She seems really agitated right now.
Alright. Probably the presence of the outer bear. Makes sense. Alright, so I'll just back off and I'll go back into the tower and leave Marcus and Cora alone for the time being. Try to get some rest until Mario wakes me up or something.
All right. The both of yous make a perception roll.
Hey.
I'm going back inside.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Hmm.
Move your token to the tower.
Oh, great.
Your horse
Cora's
is dead.
Oh shit! It's because of the helmet,
I'm
bro.
gonna be so pissed.
Marcus
The
wants,
helmet.
Marcus wants to be alone.
Let him be alone.
Let the fucker be.
Marcus,
He's deep in thoughts.
as
God
you are,
damn it.
as you are thinking and thinking. Oh, sorry, my dog will go crazy in a second. But as you guys as you are deep in thought, you're sitting by yourself, with the helmet on and just isolated. You kind of notice a branch just kind of snaps. You turn behind you, and you see a giant owl bear that just is looking at you.
Awesome.
Okay.
And it's like right near, and like the horses didn't even notice it until you just like look at it, and then it kind of then it once it brushes by some bushes and kind of gets through some trees, then that's when the horses go nuts.
So Marcus turns
And like
around and
the
just
creature just kind of like walks around like
turns around, stares at it, and he holds his hands up. Like, I'm not gonna do anything. Takes one step forward.
make an animal handling check.
Are you sure?
Yeah. That old bear kind of runs up to you, and just like all of its like fur and feathers just kind of ruffle up, starts like waving around, and then its eyes just like its head perches up and it just stares at you.
So Marcus is like in a trance right now. Just stands there, not moving. And again, holds his hands towards it. He reaches out for it.
As soon as you reach out for it, it just like backs up and just scatters off in the distance. Make a perception roll.
Well,
Okay.
all right.
I know exactly where you go.
You start looking, and you see the owlbear just kind of run off and a few trees down. Then you notice another larger owlbear that just is further down that it kind of runs up to, and like the larger one looks over the camp, and then it just kind of turns around and starts making its way over the hill and like off into the grassland.
He just continues like staring this way in his own coma.
Lessia, you heard the horses freaking the fuck out.
All right, Lesia's gonna run down. Is it the owlbears?
He turns slightly and nods. 2 of them.
They left.
Yes.
And then at that point, Lesia is gonna just nod and go over and try to calm the horses down.
And when
Soothe Cora.
Samarkis saw her do that, he was like, "Oh yeah." And then he turns towards his own horse. Tried to calm that down.
The both of you make animal handling checks.
Alright.
A lot of animal handling checks. Y'all like your animals right now.
Yeah, but I know my
Well.
horse.
Cora is not pleased.
Oh.
Yeah, Cora's having a tough time. She's not like... You try to come up to her, Leslie, and she backs away. She's like, not wanting to settle down.
Alright.
But Marcus's strange, tranquil, like
Trance.
trance. Yeah, I didn't want to say tranquil trance. I thought that would sound weird.
Mm-hmm. Fate.
Lesia's gonna go into the cart and get an apple and hold it out for Cora.
She just kind of like starts to calm down a little bit more and just eats the apple.
And
Yeah, is the first watch over? Or?
Yeah.
I guess this is where I take over.
So Marcus nods. Alright. Don't think the bears will be back. They left this way.
I'll make note of that.
Alright, good luck. And he stands in front of the door. Not sure if he will want to go in. So he goes back in the wagon.
You sleep in the wagon?
Yeah.
Okay. Leslie, make a perception roll. You look out, and you can kind of finally sense this wave of calmness and peace as the night air just kind of cools everything. It is feeling like it is getting warmer, even though it is cool at night. It is just it's a lot warmer than it normally is in the north. But you don't notice anything except for the moon looking down at you. And you can somewhat kind of sense the presence, you think, of the Raven Queen.
Alright. Lesia's gonna have her idol out for just a brief moment, kind of like run her thumb over it.
Make a d20 roll, please.
Six.
As you're sitting there, kind of rubbing the idol, you get this strange gust of wind that just kind of blows hard and foul, as it just kind of like is a lot icier as it just flows through you and continues to push north.
I briefly glance that direction, frowning a little.
It's almost like you can sense the cold wave just continuing off.
Sort of. Could I do like an insight check on what I might think this might be symbolizing?
Yeah.
Not so sure.
I'm gonna pull you into the different channel real quick.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, put me into.
Secret.
Nani.
Damn it!
Secrets.
It's a
I want to be
10.
in the secret
Okay.
channel.
Whoop.
Okay, I'm gonna go down there and eavesdrop on them. I'm gonna tell you guys everything.
Yes, Marcus. Clang, clang, clang.
Yeah. Hey.
The hell are you talking about over there?
State your presence. Who is it?
Probably could hear. I mean, wagons aren't that soundproof.
You're welcome.
Okay.
It's not dope.
Alright, so yeah, Leslie is just kind of glance that direction for a moment, kind of frowning contemplatively before resuming her watch.
All right. Your watch continues without any trouble.
Alright, at the end of her watch, Lesia is going to, if Cora has fully calmed down, pat her once more, and then go wake up Amari for his watch.
Alrighty.
It's time for your watch, Amari.
Okay.
Apparently, the owlbear showed up a little earlier, but Marcus scared them off.
Oh, well, that's good.
Be wary. It may
I'll
come
try.
back.
Thank you for the heads up, though. We'll head outside and just kind of sit up next to the cart. I'll probably actually get on top of the cart, like in the seat, and just sit there. And just look her out.
Were you gonna wake up the kid with you, or?
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I'm gonna go
You
after
forgot.
Leslie is waking up. Yeah.
If you forgot in
Well,
character, I think it's in character for him, so
Yeah, that's
it's
fair,
it's
that's fair.
fine.
ADHD ass. But he'll go out here and get up on the cart and sit down.
All right. Make a perception roll. You're looking around. You were also enjoying the nice summer air. As the moon just kind of spreads out and around, you can see the Righteous Brand camp not too far away from where you are. You also see the forest kind of stretch out, and then the Syrian green forest just kind of eking its fingers out towards you. However, the one thing that does throw you off, when you look out towards the Wyun Gates, you faintly see this kind of like blue ethereal glow in the distance, very, very far away.
How do I think about this? Mars he's gonna climb down from the top of the cart and he's gonna walk over here towards like where this ridge is, kind of at the edge of it, and he's gonna peer out towards the blue glow and kind of like squint his eyes to see if he can get a better look at it.
Make another perception roll. You start to squint, and as you start to squint, you kind of start thinking to yourself, it looks like this whatever this thing is walking. It looks like humanoid in armor, elven armor, and it is walking in a quick pace, and it is kind of covering terrain faster than you think, and it's got its fix upon you in that position that you are in.
It's coming at me right now.
That's what it looks like.
Amari's gonna start backing up towards the cart.
It gets faster as you back up, and faster.
Marcus is inside the cart,
Faster.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna start climbing into the cart. Like fuck. Oh,
What
the
is it?
Marcus, you're in here. There's something coming. There's something coming at me.
Where? He draws his
It's
sword.
outside. It's outside.
He jumps out. Where? Which direction?
He's gonna lean out through the cart and like point in whatever direction it was coming in from the gates.
You point and look in this direction. You don't see anything.
I don't see anything.
As soon as
What
it's
is
like
it?
gone, Amari he like his hand falters. What?
Is it a bear?
No, it was. It was right there.
Amar, what was right there?
There was this. It was a light, bluish color. This man in armor, he was coming at me. What? He might be hiding. Should we check the range, perhaps? He was coming rather quickly. He might have made it. Maybe he's hiding.
Okay, stay here. I'll check.
Okay.
And he's
Right, he's
he's
just gonna-
he's
he's not gonna
actively
follow him,
looking.
right?
He's actively looking for something hiding.
Amari is gonna.
Make a
I'm gonna
perception roll.
hold.
Perception.
I'm gonna hold warding shield. As the
Make
spell.
The both of you make perceptions.
Fuck yeah.
So Marcus, you look around and you don't see or hear anything.
He turns towards Amari. Are you sure you saw something?
There is. I'm not. It was a man. Not a man. Well, it was like an elf. He was in elvish style armor, but it was unlike anything I've seen recently. It was very old.
What about the
It
light?
was this blue light. I don't. It was this blue color and the sort of like floating off of him.
Wait.
And then
An elf in armor.
yes. I okay, Mark. I know it sounds crazy. Okay, I agree, but I'll be honest with you, Marcus. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Okay, I've seen this person like 3 or 4 other times. I saw him back in the lake when we were at the front of the ship. You remember when I freaked out about the water? I saw
Yes.
him, the man. He was wearing the same style of armor. He was floating down the river, and then he just disappeared. And then I saw him again when we went into the city to talk to the night watch captain, the young boy, Elric. I saw him there, but he was standing in the middle of the street out in the way, and he was just standing there. He was just
Are you the
staring at.
Are you the
staring
only
at
one seeing him? When he was in the street,
Every-
was anybody noticing him?
No, everyone was just walking around him like he wasn't there. It was so strange. I saw him another time. I was with Nahon in the cave, and I had fallen down. I lost consciousness. I was dreaming, and I saw him. He said my name, Marcus. He said it. This deep voice. I'll never forget it. It rattled me to my bones. I still get shivers whenever I talk about it or think about it. But I don't understand what's happening. I saw him now, just then, standing right over there by the gate. He started to run at me.
Okay. What does he want?
I don't know. He just said my name. He just said Amari. But that was it. That's all he said. I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense.
When we get to Nicodronas, talk to Lord Castor. Master Castor about it. That's the best guess I have.
I
I've
feel
not heard
like I'm
about this
losing my
before.
mind.
I'm not sure you're losing your mind. I think your mind works perfect. A little bit too perfect.
Amari reaches up and he's pushing hard with his face. He's just like exhausted after all that.
What about
Maybe
you've seen a lot?
Go ahead.
Mari. I mean, we have been through some stuff, and it must have been difficult. Could it be exhaustion? Be a
Well,
good night's sleep?
normally I would agree with you, Marcus. I would think possibly, but I've seen him before. I've seen him on 3 other occasions before we had ever even gotten into some the shit, I suppose we could say. The thing that Torasnod when we were at the fight. It
Yes.
happened before that. It started when we were on the boat. So it was before we got to the cave.
So it was even before the crystal.
It was, yes. But I don't understand. I feel like I'm going crazy. I just wish I knew what was going on. But like I said, it's so difficult. And every time I see him and I point him out, I try to get somebody else to see him with me. So it feels like I might not be crazy. He disappeared just like now. I was standing at the ridge over there and I was looking out across the way because I saw the light, and then there he was. He was just standing there staring at me like a statue. And then I started to back up. He started to come at me. I started to back up, and that's when I ran inside of the car because I was.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I'll keep watch with you the rest of the night.
Amari kind of he meets your gaze at that point. You know, he sees his features just like softening.
Marcus takes his helmet off.
Marcus, but before that though, side note, I am sorry about earlier today. I suppose I am due for an apology to you. I reacted harshly when things went the way they did. I suppose the reason I did so is just because, well, everything going on right now is just very rocky, and with Nahon and the crystal and everything, I just feel like there's a lot of pressure on us in the group, and I don't know. I don't know. I apologize for laughing.
No,
I suppose
it's my fault. Do not apologize. You've done nothing wrong.
But still, though, I should not have. I should not have played it in that light. I should have talked to you instead. But I don't know.
What happened?
I feel bad.
Don't worry about it.
You're right.
Anyway, I'm used to
anyway, I'm sorry for waking you up. I imagine
it's
you're
alright. I can't
tired,
sleep.
but
I'm not sleeping well either.
yeah, I've not been able to.
When we get to Nicodronas, if possible, I don't want to be seen. We can get to the crystal. Or anybody spots us, it's better. I don't want Lord Bacchus to know that I've lost the crystal.
Well, perhaps I don't know how you feel about this, but perhaps we should tell him that something came up.
No.
We need more time.
No. When we get the crystal, then we go to speak to him. Or you don't know him. I cannot fail this one.
I understand, Marcus, and like I said, I'm going to do everything I can to try to get that crystal back because I know how important it is to you. But I am good friends with Nahon, I suppose. But also, I want to push forward with this as well. I suppose I have a decision to make. It's whether I want to adhere to friendship or to push forward with the task we're on, the crystals.
Friendship
It's a difficult situation.
It is, because friendship is very rare. When you first get it, it might never come again. But he's playing with something very dangerous that can cost thousands of lives. It is probably the hardest decision you will ever make. That's why I'm telling you I can make this for you.
Well, let me find him, and I'll talk to him, and we can see what goes on from there.
There won't be much talking. Amari. He needs to hand it
Well,
over right away.
I agree, Marcus, but maybe, if it's okay, maybe I could go talk to him alone first. And then if things don't go well,
I cannot risk that he takes the crystal again. We find him, he hands it over.
right, but I'm just saying, if you think about it, what if when all of us show up, he gets scared and tries to flee again? It might be better if it's just me. I know him the most, and he wanted to contact me specifically. So
What does he
I'm
want
just
from you?
trying
Do
to
you
think
know?
about it. No, I have absolutely no idea, but he left that message for Alessia, for me specifically, and I think that if I can talk to him, I might be able to try and get the crystal back, or at least figure out what it is that he wants to do with it. And from there, we can get it back
I
through
cannot risk it.
forceful
Amari.
means.
I cannot risk
Well,
it.
I'm not saying that you're very far, but perhaps you should stay outside of the tavern where I meet him. And if things go well, then they go well. But if they go wrong, then you're right there to intercept. But let's feign the fact that I'm alone.
But you cannot trust the crystal. How would you take it from him? What if he
Well,
refuses?
Then I suppose that's where you would have to step in. But that's why I'm saying you would be nearby. Perhaps, in fact, perhaps we could set up an ambush all around the building. So if he tries to flee from different routes or something, then we'll be able to cut him off. So let's see, you could guard one exit, you could guard another, Mayet and Dominicus and so on. So that way, if the crystal he tries to leave with it, and I'm not able to stop him, then you will be there to do so yourself.
He looks like he's really thinking about it. This cannot fail.
I agree, it cannot. Which is why it's so important to me to try to formulate a plan that will allow us to get the crystal back. Like I said, I like Nahon, but to be honest, I don't know him that well. I've only known him for a couple of weeks. While we made a bond with each other, but I'm with you, Marcus. I think the crystal is much more important than what is going on between he and I. I think it is very paramount that we get it back and get it to Lord Bacchus as soon as possible. And if I have to touch the crystal, then so be it. I'll just have to handle it and shove it into the bag. Same with everyone else. As far as I know, Nahon is the only one that can touch it and be safe, but I think it might be possibly a tiefling thing, or maybe someone that has his type of blood, the hellfire blood. But
Yeah, perhaps.
if we have to touch it, I'm willing to take the pain for the crystal itself.
Oh, I'm afraid he can curse you. Should avoid that.
Well, then so be it. But like you said, we have to get a hold of the crystal. And if that's the risk, then that's the risk.
No,
Perhaps Niles will be able to take care of me, or whoever else, when we get back with the crystal.
If anybody, it should be me. I can take it. We'll take it from there when we get there.
Right, perhaps we should talk to the rest of the group and see what they want to do. But at least we have a basis.
When it comes to it, you can have a talk with it. But I'll be there. And if he tries anything, it will be cut down. I am sorry to say it.
Marcus, I understand your reasoning. I like Nahon, but I think that this crystal is more important than what the bond we had. I hate to say it, but it might just have to end up that way.
I am sorry you're in this position.
I suppose it's not the first time I've had to make difficult decisions, and I am no stranger to hardship.
That's good. That is what life's gonna offer you.
Well, it's nothing. I was thinking.
I understand. You already seen hardship, haven't you?
Amari kind of. You see his eyes kind of go distant for a second as he looks at you. He's looking down at the ground, but he nods his head slowly. Yes.
When this is over, now we'll go back to the lower back as a service. Understand that either the world makes you or breaks you. It cannot break you. Let it.
Well, I am 26 years old, and I have not let it do so yet, so going on strong.
Well, I think you'll be alright, Amari. Be alright.
I'm hoping so. And Marcus, I apologize for having the
Don't.
crystal get lost like this, but
You make
I-
mistakes.
I'm going to make you a promise that I will get it back at whatever cost. I promise.
Marcus nods.
I like Nahon. Like Nahon, but if his life must be taken, then I am agreeing with you.
You do not have to take his life. I can be the one doing it. Not popular anyway.
Mar just shakes his head. Well, if you try to give the others a chance, then maybe things would be different. They just don't understand the way you are. You're so different from everybody. Lesiatis, Mayat, and Armenikis, they just don't understand who you are.
Doesn't matter. They understand. Be gone soon anyway. Be off on your way.
To be honest with you, Marcus, I'm actually thinking about going back to my home after all of this.
Where's that?
The Lexington. It's a long ways away, but I don't know.
Or would you go back?
I think there might be answers there for me. My uncle, he was taken from me forcefully. He was murdered, and I am living my life currently trying to figure out those who did it. I still don't know, and I've learned information about him that it's very puzzling. He's not the man apparently that I knew. I thought my uncle was a very kind man, a very solemn gentleman. He was very kind to me, gave me everything I needed to continue my career in magic, and he even was going to apprentice me, but I don't know. He apparently was devious. He sounds, the way Niles talked about him, he sounded evil. Don't know.
Everybody has his reasons. Maybe he had good reasons. Maybe he was just evil. Nobody are as they appear.
I don't think he was evil. I think he was just shaped that way. I know my uncle, and there's just no way. But like I said, I don't know enough. But I think that Rexentrum could be the place for me. But it's dangerous there for me.
His adventures you're seeking, Amari.
Mari kind of pauses and he shakes his head. No, honestly, no. I've only been terrified ever since we have embarked on this. This is new to me. See, most of my life I've spent it inside classrooms, study halls, and libraries, but this is different. The first time that I was ever truly away from home was only a few months ago, with a dwarf that you would know about as Mulgore. I never understood what went on outside of the world. That you always hear about it, and the town criers the news. They tell you that there's troubles out there, the gnolls attacking, goblins, other creatures. But you never truly think about it and manifest it unless you're in the situation. And Marcus, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if this is cut out for me. My magic isn't suited for this. I'm not a combat wizard. I protect people. I'm supposed to be practicing words and arcane circles and discoveries of secrets like that, but this is not me.
Don't you think that protection is part of war? And he taps on his armor.
Amari nods his head yes. Well, yeah, but the thing is, I don't feel like I'm ready for that. I don't feel like I'm ready to fight in the battle in Trostenwald. But I did it somehow. I don't understand. Either way, I just... I feel like there is more for me to learn. And I just don't know.
There's always more to learn. As long as you live, you learn. And, well, you're never ready for a battle until the battle starts. I had my first battle when I was 13. I was fighting with Lord Bacchus as his squire. The Battle of the Broken Lances was there.
Hold on, actually. I know
Make a
about this
history
battle.
check, or do you know about it?
I already know about it. I gotta pull up my notes, though, because I forgot to do that.
Let you know it's no time.
Mari, you see his eyebrows raised when he heard that name. The Battle of Broken Lances, I've heard of this. There was the rebellion, yes, outside of Zadash.
Yeah, that's correct. We broke them. Lord Bacchus and the Falcon. My father was in that battle. Fought like lions. Falcon,
Bane.
as you see as a senile old man, he was the bravest of all. He was special. He was the reason we broke through ranks and ranks over and over. He was the most courageous man I've ever seen.
Marcus looks at you and he's kind of like tilts his head. Is this man the gentleman that you try to live up to?
No, he's my friend's father. He's the man you accompanied to our halls when you came, saved the one you saved, his daughter.
Oh, I see. But he was more senile now. Is it just because of old age?
He is. Well, it got worse with age, yes. When back then, he was the greatest fighter. All. The way he was using his sword, cutting down enemies, charging in ranks of our soldiers, just sight to behold. But you see, I wasn't ready for that battle either. Just become ready when it starts. So with every battle.
Why not? Said. I understand, but I'm tired of feeling lost. Never had a home necessarily. I never had a place to call my own. To be honest with you, I don't know. I just wish life was more stable sometimes. And perhaps I'm just longing for the comfort of the Lexington study halls, the safety of the bookshelves and the libraries and all of that.
Yeah, that's typical wizards, isn't it?
I suppose I
You
just
never had that
don't know
loved
how
one
much
in your
longer I
life?
can do this. In what way? Hold on. In what way?
There's only one way. Woman. You ever been in love? That what you want? Why you want to come back?
Mari pauses. There was a single time. Just once. She was beautiful. Her name was, I have to go through my... her name was, Beatrice. She was a wizard like me. She was studying in the same general area with me. We met we met at the school studying. We were study partners for a while, and she was everything that I could have imagined, everything I could have wished for. At the time, I was sort of rambunctious. I was going to parties and doing drugs, and well, I went upstairs and opened the door, and she was sleeping with another man, and I caught her. So I left, And I never went back. I never talked to her again. She tried to get in contact with me a few times, but I shut her out of my life. I never want to see her again. Honestly, I think it was her that is what gave me so little hope in what conventional relationships are. I don't know.
I'm not expert in this, but I think that was your fault. I know this because I did the same thing. I loved one, still do, and I never reached out for it. I grabbed it, let it go. Eventually, she up with it.
He shakes his head. No, Marcus. We were together. We were dating.
Oh.
She
Well
was
then-
important to me.
Well, then it's her fault.
As they say, she belonged to the streets.
I see. Well then, you did the right thing. Get out there and find you a noble lady.
Well, I don't know. Love is not on my list as it is now. I would like to continue my studies and whatnot, but I don't know.
The study you do in the
I wish there
field,
was more substance.
despite being in difficult positions, I can imagine that is better than sitting behind a desk. I mean, that's at least how a soldier is.
Possibly. Perhaps you're right. Maybe I'm just complaining.
Maybe you are. Maybe you should just be feeling lucky that you have these opportunities, because most people just live their lives tiptoeing to death, never really living. You are living. Feeling fear is not a bad thing.
Amari, he's not like he doesn't say anything for a minute. He seems like he's just soaking that in. But he's understanding. Um, you see the gear is turning in his head, and he's like nodding his head. Perhaps you're right.
Perhaps
don't
you're just simple.
I'll have to think about it. Once we get a hold of the crystal and we finish up the business in Nicodronas, then I might make my decision. But perhaps maybe you're right. Thank you for talking to me, though. You
Of course.
did open my eyes to a few different possibilities, routes that I could take.
Sometimes we don't see what we're in. Lucky we are that we have what we have. Till we don't have it all. I
I agree.
believe you go back to the disc. You're not that man anymore. But after you've seen what you've seen, you will come back. So, Mel, just stay out here. Easier.
Amari turns his head and looking. I assume we're sitting like on the cart or something, or in the cart. But he kind of looks up towards the door, where the tower is and stuff like that. He's just like staring at it. I just wish everybody could get along. Everyone feels so disconnected.
That is your own decisions to make. And I'm not making things more easy for you. Maybe after I'm gone, it might get easier.
I don't know. Honestly, Marcus, this is our conversation tonight. This is the most I've talked to anybody in the group, at least in a while. I've talked to Nahon before, but I don't know. I feel like I have a sense of security when I talk to you. Like I know you're not going to tell everybody my business.
Of course not.
But I don't know. I enjoy talking to you, needless to say.
He looks at you confused. Really? You're the
Sometimes.
first.
Nights like this, when it's nice and cool and we have nothing else except for each other's company. I just wish it was like that with everyone else. Lesia is a good fighter, but she's so gone. She's very in her own head, and I don't think I could ever talk to her. She's Mayette.
Mayette is Mayette. Still
Right.
haven't figured out what that is yet. But let's
To be
hear some
honest with you,
more.
neither have I. She is not much of a talker, but I suppose that's just how it is.
Yeah, she talks with her sword. Does that very well.
She sure does.
Dominicus looks like the talking.
He is, but lately he's been sort of out of it because of, I assume, what's going on.
The unease everybody's feeling is that the world is shifting. War is coming. Things are stirring in the dark. And we're about to see it. Even the
That is the
horses are-
inclination that I gathered, yes, but I don't know. When Nahon was here, I was finally starting to feel like we were becoming a group. But I don't know now. I think when Nahon left, it just shook everything up.
I think you're better off without him. Sorry to say.
Maybe you're right. Not going to discount it.
Let faith
But
lead
more-
you. See where it leads you to. We die tomorrow,
Marcus-
then we die.
Right. I would prefer not to, though.
If you want, I can take your shift, Amori. Get some sleep.
Perhaps I need it.
Yes, and don't see anything blue now. Light is show.
I'll try not to. Thank you, Marcus. I'll see you in the morning, okay?
You will. Be here.
I would hope so. It seems that we have a knack for people walking away from us.
It's normal.
As Amari's like hopping off the back of the cart, he reaches into his satchel, and he takes out this piece of jerky, one of his rations, and he holds it out towards you. Maybe you should eat this, though. I have not seen you eat in a while, and it's important to stay well fed.
He just remembered that he's actually hungry. Thank you. I'm actually hungry.
Well then, I read your mind. Wizard tricks. He kind of taps the side of his temple before giving you one last smile and nod, and he makes his way back into the tower.
Stay out of my head.
He kind of waves his hand at you as he opens the door and disappears inside. He's going to go back up to his room to sleep.
So Marcus just immediately starts eating the jerky.
It's a fun little role play.
As you guys go to sleep for the rest of the night, you all wake up to a nice warm summer day. Warm for the north. And as everybody's slowly getting up, Mayette, you didn't have a dream. You slept pretty peacefully.
Did
All
Messia
right.
have a dream?
No, certainly not.
Alrighty. In that case, Leslie's gonna get up and start getting her stuff together.
Yuri's gonna kind of stir awake, and once he kind of realizes that he fell asleep and can kind of suddenly tell what time it is, his eyes kind of fly open. He looks around. He's gonna hop out of bed and quickly get dressed. And he's gonna arm himself with his sword and his bow and his quiver, and kind of like peek his head out the door looking for anybody else who might be up.
Lesia would be probably out and about by now. She's a pretty early riser.
Outside of the tower?
No, like out
Okay.
of Well, if she's got her stuff together, then yeah, she'd be making her way out of the tower now.
Sorry. Here's the thing.
Yep, Mayette is also actually early.
So Yuri is gonna poke his head out the door, kind of hear Leslie's footsteps down. Kind of follow her out, and yeah, he's gonna follow her outside of the tower. Just kind of blinking at the sunlight. Miss Lesia.
She just kind of turns around.
Sorry, did Tamari not wake me up?
I thought you did the earlier watch with Marcus.
I was meant to do it with him. Seems okay though.
He might have forgot.
Likely. Alright, thank you. They're back in the tower and find a place to sit for a moment.
You'll see Dominicus coming down the stairs as you're trying to find yourself out. Hey, you're up.
Oh, hello.
I'm assuming it's morning. Everyone's getting up.
Hi. I've not seen Mari around, have you?
No, I just got downstairs.
Alright.
Pack everything up. One thing though, make sure you bring everything out, because if not, it's just gonna fall down to the ground. So, before you leave, grab everything. All right.
Oh, alright. It doesn't not disappear, does it?
No, it just shows up wherever this door is. You know, one time we had this dead gnoll in here, right? Just stinking up the place. Yeah. And then once the door goes away, you just see the body just right out. Nasty stuff.
Oh.
So
Alright.
don't be here, but items they'll just pop out.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
See, full bag is on him, and it's just bringing everything up.
Yeah, I actually have the doll's finger right here. It's kind of gross.
Oh.
Do you want to see it?
Yes. I suppose.
You're gonna pull out a doll finger?
Just take grimaces.
Well, usually I clean them off and then I use it for like spells and stuff. I still need to clean this though. But if you want it, you can have it.
I do not want it. What kind of spells do you use?
Oh, you know, like normal stuff like fortune telling, or I don't know. Like sometimes I need to make undead things go away, so I throw a bone at them, or I don't really know how it all works.
Oh, all right. I know some high priests can do the same.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
priests are weird.
Just a little. Sorry, do not let me hold you up.
I suppose I should go find us some breakfast. I've actually got like all my utensils laid out, you know, where I can get them easy. I don't know, like usually Darmenicus catches breakfast for us or whoever.
Oh.
I don't know. I could probably maybe whip up something with the rations in the wagon.
Maybe. If you would, would be nice.
Alright. We'll get that started. I'm gonna go over and start making breakfast. Old-fashioned way, because I was like, I'm not packing create food and water.
No food for you.
Not for a while, though. As long as we have the cart.
Yeah.
As you guys were making breakfast, Amari, you start smelling a little bit of spam out and about.
Yum.
All right.
Some of the
Hop out of bed.
rations.
Hop out of the bed and head downstairs. Is it inside the place or is it outside?
They're cooking it inside.
Okay.
God.
It was all in the tower.
Did I move the thing? Yeah. It's everybody who is in it that you can see right here. Okay. Yuri and Mayette, they're in the kitchen. They're making stuff, and you can hear just some footsteps outside. But other than that, you can just tell that they might be in the kitchen.
Amari will come through the door here, step through. Oh, this was very good in here. What are you guys making?
Oh, well, I'm cooking spam, some Vegemite, and vegetables. And I'm not quite sure what this last thing is. I hope it's a chicken.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
Well, if it's in the constellation, it smells
Make
very
a
good.
nature check.
What?
Make a nature check.
Isn't it quite odd that we have alchemical supplies in the kitchen next to all of our food?
Quail.
Well, that's a little flavor. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
Oh, it's a spice. That's a spice rack for sure.
A 20, a not 20.
You know it to be a quail.
I know what that is.
Oh,
Quail. Yeah.
Oh, like the bird.
Yes. Smaller
Have
bird.
lots of those around where I'm.
But perhaps I could go outside and get everybody, and we can all have a group breakfast.
Yeah.
It smells good.
Sure. I'll step outside. Oh, excuse me.
Alessandra.
Don't you hate those moments?
Okay, well, why the fuck am I going outside? Everyone's just coming in.
Yeah, I just saw Alessia like move.
All right, no, yeah, they're making breakfast in the kitchen. If you want to go set up at the table. Plus,
yeah.
we have a few other things I think we should talk about as well, and it's a good thing we'll all be there anyway. So.
Oh yeah.
Anyway,
How do
I'll
you
go-
like your quail eggs?
Me?
Yeah. Whoever
Oh.
wants quail eggs. Breakfast first, then we talk about business.
Well, that's fine.
Okay, now what were you saying? What business?
I'm outside. Amari steps out the front door to where Marcus is. Marcus, we're going to have breakfast inside to talk about the thing in Nicodronas. If you want to come in and join us.
Who's gonna keep a watch on the horses?
Well, one second.
You see,
Let me look at something.
so Marcus, he looks a little bit sleepy. Not much, but he looks tired. But he's still doing his patrols.
Okay. I have something. Give me a sec. That should be good, actually. Okay. Amari, he's gonna step back inside. And oh god, what am I gonna use? Sheesh. Is there like a I don't know, like a stick or something, like a maybe like a I don't know. All right, I'll walk out there and I'm gonna pick a stick up, and then I'm gonna kind of just like set it on the ground in front of me, just where it's stable and I can focus on it. And I'm gonna do a bit of conjure or like transmutation on it, and I'm gonna cast Animo, or I'll say Animo, and I'll cast Amari's tiny servant. So if Marcus is standing there, you're gonna watch as this little stick right in front of me suddenly just sprouts little arms and legs on the side of it, hops up onto its feet, and and then you see it's like crane back up to look up at Amari, and Amari smiles down at it. Hello, friend. If you would not mind, me and my friends are going to have breakfast inside. So if you would not mind, just stand in guard outside of the door, and if anything comes and causes harm to the horses and whatnot, just run back inside and just hop up and down in the kitchen. Let me know, okay?
He gives a stiff salute and then just starts marching.
Alrighty.
So Marcus looks at the Amari. The stick is moving.
He looks up and smiles at him. It works. It works. Yeah. I was trying to find out like a spell to use like this. He does. He should be able to do
You
menial
see a
tasks.
butterfly start flying over, and it like starts pointing at it for a second, and it just starts going back on its little patrol.
Nice. See, look, he knows what he's doing. I might get him a tiny little sword next time, and just, that'd be cute. Anyway, let's go have breakfast. He's gonna step back inside.
So Marcus just looks at the stick just walking off, shakes his head a little bit.
The stick like gets on a little rock,
Oh my god.
starts
that's
looking
fucking
around, hops off, starts marching away.
Well, now I've seen it all.
It's just simple parlor tricks. And Amari, as he steps to the door, he reaches up and like wipes some sweat off of his eyebrow because that was a pretty powerful spell. He's like, whew. Anyway,
Sarah Mario, you okay?
yes, I'm doing okay. I just it's hot outside.
Oh, alright.
He made a stick walk.
Okay, well, I needed something to watch the cart outside, so I do what I can.
Roll the stick.
Made his dick walk?
Right, you'll see him when we go outside again. He's standing guard outside doing a patrol like I told him, and if anything happens, he's going to rush back inside and let us know.
You have a pet stick?
Well, I made him. I made him.
Really?
Yes. Well, after we eat and talk about what we're going to talk about, when we go outside, you'll be able to see him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You didn't get into Lessia's medicines by chance last night, did you?
No, I've been working on this spell for some time. I just wanted something to be able to keep watch outside so that everybody can come in and enjoy their own rooms, so we don't have to sit outside and keep watch all the time.
No, the stick is moving. Got legs and arms.
Right, that was the idea. I'm thinking about getting a small. Actually, and he like gets up and walks over here. Is there like a small like
Get him a needle.
What would it be? Yeah, like a needle or something like that.
A knife.
Somewhere.
Yeah, there
Like a
would be
dinner knife.
sewing kits.
Yeah, I'm gonna like run over here. Oh, actually, I have
A butter
I
knife.
have a. Yeah, that's what I want. A little butter knife. I'm gonna grab. Actually, no, like not a butter knife. Not a steak knife either, but like just a general like onion, like a cutting
Stick knife.
cutting vegetables or something.
A paring
Oh,
knife.
And I'm gonna-
Knife?
Knife, yeah, paring knife. And I'm gonna come back out here to where my little stick man is. I'm gonna poke my head out and it's like, hey, hello, buddy. I got you this. So if anything
You're
happens, you
over.
just poke somebody with it. Okay, and I'm just gonna hold out the handle to him.
He grabs it and then like he looks at it and does like raises it up in the air with his one little arm and then like does a little pose.
Yes, and my
And
like
then
fucking
fucking
clap
marching
for
with it and like kind of like
oh, he's so good. Okay. I'm gonna leave you to it. Okay, if you need anything, just let me know. Okay, and then he's gonna walk back inside, and he's gonna step through the door like, oh, he's great. He's going. Cart is safe, no problem. He's got it handled. He just plops back down into the chair.
and before you guys start the meeting and the food, we have to call a break because I have to use the restroom. I'm so sorry.
Alrighty.
All right.
We'll have a quick 15 to 20 minute break. Then we'll be right back, everybody.
Alrighty.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We're back from our short little break. And as we come back, our heroes are just cooking up some spam and other delectables and enjoying the food. Let's see.
Mhm.
How's the food?
It's food, so it's good. Yeah, she just goes right into eating.
Yeah, you'll see.
Without hesitation.
None.
And you see Dominic is also eating as well, just whatever's there. Nice and slow. Middle pace.
The table is now just quiet with you all, just enjoying the food. And as you all finish, sorry, my dog's drinking water. It's pretty awkward. Put the bowl there. But as you all finish, everybody kind of looks at Amari.
Well,
All right. Do you wish for me to be here? I can.
yeah, sure, you can stay. I don't see why not.
All right. I know I am not really a part of the group.
It's okay. We actually might need you coming into this next adventure of our group.
Really?
But
Question.
that's what I wanted to talk about. Amari looks at Lasia.
She looks over at Uriel. Don't you need to get back to your night?
Yes, but Come looks down. Honestly, I am hoping to do more to impress him, and I've never met any of you before, and you are the defenders after all, and I'm hoping I could do something before I leave. With
He
you all.
just shrugs.
Maybe.
You want to
It sounds like you need help. I want. Yes.
How?
I don't know. I'm
Oh.
not sure.
Hope your lord
Well.
is easier to impress than mine.
Either way, I do think that it is important for us to talk about how we're going to go about the next situation. As you all know, Nahon has taken the crystal in which we need to take the Lord Bacchus and is currently headed to Nicodronas with him. So, with that said, we also know that he is interested in talking to me. For some reason, only me, and told me to meet him at the place where it all began. I'm going to assume that this means the tavern in which I met him and Mulgor back when that was happening. But, well, I was talking to Marcus about it, and I think it might be a good idea if I go in by myself and try to talk to him and see what his motives are. Not only that, but possibly if I can get it back without having to cause violence. And if possible, then we could just take it to Lord Bacchus then and do what we will with it. But the thing is, Marcus thinks that Nahon is too tied to the object and he's going to try to flee with it or keep it. So I thought that it might be a good idea if we split up as a group and basically block the exits. So that way, if he flees out one direction, we'll be ready to stop him, or someone will be ready to stop him, or at least slow him down enough that we can continue.
It is also possible if he's being controlled that this is a trap.
That is also why I would like to have you guys nearby. So I think it might be within best interest to go and talk to him alone, but with you guys just outside of the tavern thing in case things go awry.
If I am close enough to where you are, I might be able to listen in.
Right. So with you listening, then you could relay the information to Marcus, Dominicus, Mayet, and Uriel if he's still with us. And then from there we can just assume an action. But I think this could be within the best interests, so that way, if possible, we can avoid violence and not having to kill Nahon or harm him.
We should set up something you can say, work into conversation to let us know that you need us.
That's actually a good idea, I think. What should I say, though?
Do you know this place? Layouts and everything?
I lived in Nicodronas for about 3 months of my life, and I became somewhat familiar with the space. So I do know more or less how it goes. Yes, I've been to the tavern many times. I've had to drag Mulgor home from it more times than I can count, but I know of it. So perhaps going into it, I could help you guys try to get in a good position. So that way, if he's going to flee, then we know which way he might go.
I know the place
all
as well.
means,
Perhaps,
I'm
Perhaps-
in command.
perhaps your signal could be mentioning a story about Mulgore.
That's not
Thank
bad,
you.
yes. But the thing is that Nahon might bring Mulgore up at some point. I don't know. Because he's meeting us in the place where we met, that might just be a conversation topic that he introduces, and I don't want to go into that conversation and you guys all of a sudden start storming in and attacking him. Maybe
It
maybe I
would be
could
if you
say-
brought it up.
How about, I have an idea. How about I go inside and I will have a book in my hand, okay? And if I take the book, and if I put the book, well, shit, you guys would have to see me.
Mm-hmm.
You bring up the story. I think it might be.
Don't you have like
Well-
a spell or something? Or
Yuri, he doesn't know Yuri, does he? Yuri can be in there, tavern. If something happens, he runs out and pulls us all in.
That's not a bad idea. He's never met Yuri, so if I look over at you, I'll try not to make eye contact with you at all, okay? If I look over
Yeah.
at you, then you know to go outside and let the others know.
Just
So
drop the
this
book.
place is a one floor kind of building. There's no other floors.
Well, it was interesting. There was sort of like a sunroof in a way, like a sky roof. It was open. But I remember Nahon came into the building because he had leapt down from that opening. It's sort of like how do you
Like a thief.
explain it? It's exactly, yes. Sort of had
There's
a
a higher
courtyard, an
accent.
open air courtyard, yes. And he jumped down from it, and there's a sort of sort of the sea shit. Whatever, it's like a bar area inside, but you can access it from different
Cantina.
locations and stuff. Cantina, yes, sort of like a canteen.
That's right, it's
There's
pretty open.
also a possibility that if he is being controlled, that there will be others watching the place as well. Maybe,
Right.
But that's my thing here now. Then it just becomes a motive. Why, if he's being controlled, why let us know? Why wait for us? As a matter of fact.
Why does he want to talk to me, though? It's
he
another
might
question.
need us for someone. Perhaps somebody specifically.
Maybe he needs a
Hmm.
wizard or something. But either way, if that's possible, we could use that as leverage. And if I'm able to put my hands on the crystal, then I will likely try to get it back to you. And
No
I'll
one
do what I
can
can.
hear.
Amari, you must
Look,
know
we'll-
that your life might be in danger in there.
Amari looks over at you, Marcus, and he says, "Well, honestly, I think it's about time that I put myself out there. I know it's dangerous, but for the sake of this, I feel like all of this was my fault. If I had never given Nahon the crystal in the first place, then this would not be a situation we'd be in. We would be back at Lord Bacchus right now, probably given the crystal. And needless to say, this was my blunder. So, therefore, I want to take the responsibility onto myself. And if it's dangerous, it may be, but I want to put myself there because he wants to talk to me. And I know that you guys have my back regardless, right?
That's right. Admire your courage. Very fine. But I have a request. It's possible to go in there unseen. City. I don't want anybody to notice me. And inform Lord Bacchus.
It's
Your
just me
mic was,
receiving.
your mic was muffled.
You're getting like
Muffled.
further and further away.
Oh shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Give me a sec.
No,
Is it
we're
better?
losing
Is it
him.
better?
Get the lifeline. Get
Yeah,
the
you're good.
lifeline.
You're good. It was
Is
just
it better?
muffled for some reason.
That.
Is it better?
Yes.
yes.
Okay.
A lot better.
Hmm.
I would like to, if we can go in there silently. I don't want anybody to notice me. And inform Lord Bacchus of our presence. It'll be difficult to explain to him that I lost the crystal.
You
with
know
me.
way to get in
We can sneak on
Okay.
by.
because the gates are going to be heavily guarded, I imagine.
We just have to take our chances, I guess.
I think what could possibly be best is if we're able to capture him. If he tries to escape or something, we need to find a way to keep him in one place. At least we need to get the crystal back. If Nahon gets away, so be it. But we need to get the crystal regardless. Nahon is just a byproduct.
Sorry,
is
sir,
right.
but if I'm meant to go in there, then I guess I need to know who is Nahon.
Yeah, well, Nahon was a friend of ours. He's been around the group as long as most of us have. Um, he's a good man. He's a good fighter.
He's a thief. He
But-
stole something from us. And we
The
want it back.
actual answer is a red tiefling. If you're wondering about looks, it's easy to spot him.
Right.
Hmm.
He's a
That's
red
the answer
thiefing.
you
He's
want.
very shady looking at first glance.
I see.
And he stole something from us that we were originally tasked to go find. And upon returning, I handed it to him because he was able to touch it unabashed. And, well, I don't know what happened from there. He just ran off with it one night.
You may be carrying weapons that aren't from around here.
Oh, alright.
Right.
So I should not touch the. Yes?
Yes, exactly. You'll be
If
carrying a
anyone's going to
crystal.
touch it, if anyone has to touch it, then if I have to touch it, so be it. I'm willing to take a little bit of pain, like I had before, if it means that I can get the crystal in a safe place.
That must
but,
be the last option. Mari. The crystal.
You
is the
can't
last-
do not touch it with your bare hands. Use a cloth or something.
I tried to do that before, and it still hurt me.
What about the necklace? We put it in the necklace.
We do not know what would happen if we did.
Did you not
I
say
actually
something
brought
about
that
it
up.
being cursed?
I wanted to do that, but well, that's another point. What if Nahon has the crystal, but he doesn't have the amulet, right?
You might-
So
That's
maybe
what
the
he
crystal
wants.
is useless without the amulet.
that might
could
be what
possibly
they
be
are
it.
after.
So with that point in mind, then maybe I should leave the amulet with one of you, while I go and talk to him just in case.
Leave it with me.
That plan.
Is he
That's
really that dangerous?
the hell. Like I said, Nahon's a tricky fellow, so he could have some tricks up his sleeve. I don't know what he is capable of now with the crystal. I don't know what its abilities are, if he's able to tap into it, but I think it would be safer if he's not able to get a hold of the amulet, because with those two combined, it could set off a whole new different chain of destruction that we may not be able to stop.
Alright.
The crystal on its own was able to corrupt an entire lake and fill it with undead.
Right.
It is not to be underestimated.
So do not touch
Alright.
it. All right. Well, when we're setting out,
Ready to go whenever.
Yeah.
me too. I think we should head up right away.
And once we get a better look of the layout, then we can plan on who's gonna go where.
Fine.
Alright.
Let us get going then. Unless he's gonna stand up and start making her way up to the horses.
Tamaka stands up and follows.
Gonna
Alright.
wait. Curious if, out of character, I'm curious if the little stick is gonna try to attack me for approaching the horses.
You approach and like the little stick like kind of turned for a second, like attentive, then like kind of sees more of you coming out and is like kind of goes back on its little patrol and continues.
Is
Is
there?
that the thing?
I'll follow Wesley out.
Mari, is that the stick?
Yeah, he's alive.
Yes, that is a stick. It seems he's still doing his job. He probably saw nothing.
Can I touch it?
Go ahead.
Alright.
Try to pick him up.
He might
Yeah.
try to stab you though.
Right. Buddy, these are friends, okay? Just kind of familiarize yourself with him. Don't attack them. They're nice people.
You just see the stick kind of motion over to each one in a way. Each of it kind of like it when it moves, it kind of makes this little creak and swing.
Hey, hey, Red. What's the type of wood is the stick?
Probably give me a second. It's probably like redwood.
All right. Hey there, little Woody. 'Cause I don't know. I guess I tried to identify the stick.
It just slowly looks over to you.
Did you ever give it a name, Amari? He basically just lived it.
It's well, that's actually something I wanted to talk to you guys about. I don't know what to name him.
Name him Stick.
Well,
Is he going to be
Stick.
staying with us?
he's wood, so that's why I said Woody.
Well, I actually planned on keeping the stick, so
Oh, Is it-
perhaps I could just animate him again.
is it alive? Is it sentient?
Well, he more or less just listens to what I tell him to do, and he completes tasks that I give him. So he doesn't necessarily have thoughts of his own. He just sort of listens and follows commands.
Hmm.
Then it does not really need a name.
He's kind of like looking down at the thing eyes sparkling. Like, he
Well,
has some
for now,
fascination with it.
for
See
now,
my
we could
hands
just
up.
call him Stick.
I put my hands up like, fine. All right.
So Marcus is preparing his horse. Come on now, everybody.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, I've been getting corn ready as well.
Amari's gonna walk over to the stick and kind of scoop him up in his hands, and nod his head. You did very good, little buddy. Okay, I'm going to call on you when I need you again. All right, you go to sleep for now.
He gives you another
And,
little salute, and just like lays down stiff.
Amari just kind of waves his hand, and the arms just kind of recede back into the stick, and he just turns into a normal old redwood stick, and he takes it and puts it inside of his satchel for later use.
I like it.
But yes, he's a very studious. He's very good at what he does. So I was thinking now that I have him, that we could all just sleep inside of the tower when we're out and about, and we don't have to worry about the carts watching them.
Can
So that
you,
way, all of you can have a good night's of rest.
I prefer human eyes. Oh, whatever.
Well, if he notices anything, then he'll come out and get us.
And
Come in.
during that time, many things can happen.
Can you teach me
Like
that?
what? Amari looks down at Yuria. Well, I'll teach you to animate an object.
Aye.
Well, I suppose so. It would take some time, sure,
Hmm.
but I could work you to that point.
So Marcus turns to Yuri. Aren't you supposed to be a
Uh,
knight?
Aye, sir. Yes.
Then what are you doing with magic?
Sorry, sir.
Get on your horse.
Aye, sir.
But he's not gonna say anything.
He will get on his horse and follow.
I get in the cart, in seated position, shotgun position.
All right. As you guys load up on the cart and head off.
Oh boy.
You guys continue for about half a day down the road, getting to the Wyun Gate. Once you guys reach the gates, you guys see that they're checking people a lot more. What I would have to say, what's the word?
Heavily?
Thoroughly.
Hmm.
They're thoroughly checking everybody, so it's taking a little longer to get through the gates.
Who are they? Just the regular guards? The gate?
That is a mixture between Righteous Brand and Crown's Guard.
Okay.
But more Righteous Brand are on the ground searching. Searching mainly carts, and then they're kind of like asking everybody their names from what it looks like. And after about an hour of you all waiting, once you get to the Wyun Gates, the guards, you approach the guards and they kind of halt you all. They kind of look around at your horses. Stop there. Names?
Full or sir?
What? Speak up, boy.
Full name or surname?
Full name.
I didn't catch the first part.
Full name.
Oh. I just look to the others. Or whoever wants to start.
Lesbia of the Silver Vigil.
Darmenicus Duman.
Mayet Rodbren?
Wait, repeat that. Repeat that name.
Rodbren? Very common name.
Common enough. Have a message for you.
Oh, thank you? Know who it's from?
Get to the commander. Up at the top of the gate. Doors over there on the left. You can pull your card over. The rest of you have to give your names.
Uriel Eleanor, sir. Squire, it's a native on.
He's writing everybody's name down. You can see he just acknowledges and then writes.
Amarite Storcia.
So Marcus is looking now. He doesn't want to give his name.
And then looks over to you,
So
Sir
Marcus.
Marcus.
And then he
He
turns
takes
his
the
head
name
away.
down. All right, pull it all in.
Here,
Take your cap there.
before we go, is there any way to see the names he's written on the page? Is there anything familiar?
Make a perception roll. See if you can see. This is going to be a tough roll. But...
I just shot in the dark.
Yeah.
Nope.
Dang.
Too hard to see.
The 20 with the
Leans over, falls over, falls off the horse.
Go ahead.
You
man.
just kind of look over. You don't see it, but you can see that it is a large list. But it's just too far away. And as
Is this gonna take too long? He looks at Mayette.
Don't know. I don't even know what the heck it is. I usually don't get letters unless it's like some asshole trying to court me or like wants a bottle of wine. I don't.
Or being pulled aside. What if it's in person?
Or with everybody.
Who the?
The commander probably is.
No one.
I'm going with you.
It's probably not a good idea.
Why not?
You don't exactly get along with the last commander you met.
Well, this commander's
What I
probably
hear?
different.
You see me grin my
What if
teeth.
it's the
like,
same
"Ooh."
commander?
Very fine. But hurry up.
Alright. Just like head up there.
So Marcus still have some bruises from the last encounter with these guys.
Mayente, take the stairs all the way up to the top, and take the hallway all the way down.
Okay. So like the last door?
Aye.
Okay.
The biggest door.
Oh, thank you. Start making my way up there.
So
If
Marcus,
you get lost, there's guards all over the place. They'll lead you to it.
so Marcus turns his turn towards the rest of the group. Should anybody go with her?
Amari kinda, he puts up his hand. I could, just to listen.
Hey, guard, are we allowed another person?
Not too many people.
One.
I don't think so.
One person?
Should be fine.
Mari, you can go.
Amari nods his head. Sure, I'll just follow behind.
Let us know if you need us.
Of course.
Did you guys go with her? Or?
No.
Just me.
Okay.
Amari.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
gonna follow up behind her.
All right. You guys go up 3 flights of stairs through this barracks and fort. Each level that you kind of get up to has sections of armor, weapons and armor stocked up, and soldiers with cots kind of spread out. This is very like bare bones. The whole place looks like it's just meant for war and defense. But then you guys get up to the top layer, and there it seems to be more logistical based. Seeing the giant doors at the end of the corner, you guys, or at the end of the hallway, you guys start making your way through with a large kind of like red empire-like carpet that just guides you down to the main doors. You guys get up to the doors, and you can kind of like see that one is kind of open a little ajar.
Amari, before we go in there, there's something you should probably know.
His eyebrows just raise in question.
If that door closes and we're trapped, probably going to turn very, very bad.
Are you anticipating that the door is going to close?
Well, you remember the last time I got closed in a room?
Maybe I'll just stand in the doorway then, so that way it can close.
Would be preferable, thank you.
Sure. Nods his head. After you.
You're gonna begrudgingly start walking towards the door?
You just kind of push it open. It's huge and heavy, and as it just kind of swings open, you couldn't even control it. A young commander just kind of looks over. You are not my security detail. What is your names?
My name's Mayette. Someone sent me up here.
Mayette. What is your last name?
Rodbren?
Rodbren?
Yeah.
He kind of pulls out a list. Yeah. All right. Then he goes to his left, opens a drawer, kind of shuffles through a bunch of papers, pulls out a scroll, and places it on the table. That is for you. I think it was sent to a few different places. I think it has your family's stamp on it.
No, she's like pinch your lips shut. Okay. Take it, like, open it, start like checking it out.
You open it, and you start to read the letter. And it says, Dear Mayette, please come back. Something terrible has happened. The mansion is lost. The wine is gone. The villa. This man called the Count now owns it. We need to know you're safe. Please come.
Shit. Thank you.
He gives a nod. Is there a way I can collect the 20 gold promised? It says in the bottom if you get it to her, you get money. So I'm just...
Assholes. Shit, they never would pay for anything for me. Take your money. Toss the gold and leave.
You just stinky guy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mark's just standing there in the doorway, like, well.
Go, Amari.
Of course.
Bullshit.
He's gonna turn around and follow my head back out.
Yeah. Thank you for keeping that door open. That would have not gone well.
Of course. Is everything okay?
Remember how I always joked about I want to go kill my parents?
Yeah. Yes.
Now I need to go kill my parents.
What? What are you talking about? Why do you need to kill your parents?
Well, apparently they didn't mind their own business. and a few of my former friends found out. And let's just say, well, now I'm broke, have no money, I have no former home, I can't even go get my shit I left behind. Probably doing God knows what to my room, like sniffing my pillow or some other perverted things.
If you
And
say
now
so.
some asshole Count Vespin is, sitting in my bedroom, probably like, I don't know, like playing with a dog on my bed or something. I don't even have a
Yes.
dog.
Right. Well, is it a pressing issue, or when do you need to go back?
Well, I mean, Nahon is going to Count Vespin, so
Wait,
maybe. Oh shit.
he's going where?
Yeah. I'll tell you somewhere else. Too many guards around.
I would hope so. He's like just confused but following her.
Too many guards. When we're all back.
Yes, we'll find an inn or something, a place to
I
stay.
told Marcus, but I don't think he would leave.
Nah. Marcus is hard to convince.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Yeah, we need to go before everyone wonders what happened to us. We really need to move.
That is true. Let's go. And Amai is just gonna turn and start making his way back out of the tower down to the rest of the group.
You guys start hurriedly making your way down to where everybody is. No one else kind of stops you all, and the guards seem to acknowledge you all getting to the cart and leaving you all to your business.
Everything in order? You too?
Not here. Tell you later, somewhere else.
Gotcha.
Is everything
Anything
all
else?
right?
Well, I know where someone is going. So that's better news. But no, everything's not.
Onward.
The horses just continue as you all make your way past the Wyun Gates, spending the other half of the day of travel, continuing on the road. The person leading the pack, you need to make a survival check. I don't need to do anything.
Sure as hell
Alright.
not me.
That would
Sure
be-
as hell ain't me.
That would be
Not
me.
money.
That would be
So might as well.
Cora.
Give it to the horse. everybody.
Yeah.
13.
Ah, that's good.
Oof. Not terrible.
Not the best, but could be worse.
Yeah, definitely could be worse.
Could always be worse.
Yes, it
You
can.
could go the wrong way.
Except when you got an one.
You guys find a nice little mountainside to camp up on. It seems very well placed and guarded as well.
A what?
A little rocky place, like a
Plateau.
mountainside raised like this. Yeah. Some other
Sounds
rocks.
familiar.
Just a little.
How far away
Just
is
a
it?
little bit.
You could drum
make
us
it-
anyway.
Hey, is that a
Or-
Mari's tower?
I can't move my token without moving.
Damn
the
sure
gosh darn
is.
Screen.
Don't do that.
I'm trying not. Oh gosh. I'm trying to move outside where the card is. All right. At least.
Done. There you go.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, that's fine.
So now that we're away from all those things, I think I know where Nahon is.
Where?
Right. That is something I wanted to ask you. Who is Count Vespin?
So I don't know if you remember this, but remember when we were all running through the fields in all field and you guys lit the field on fire and I started running through it?
You what?
Horrified for my life. Oh yeah, I was on the other side of the field that you guys all lit on fire. It was great.
Why would
well, it
you?
worked.
Okay.
Oh
Go
what?
on.
So I can walk through fire. It's not that weird. Anyway. So Count Vespin was the one chasing me. They wanted me to go out and find a gem and bring it back for him. He told me they were going to use it to do don't really remember exactly what they told me to use it for, but they wanted to use it, and I refused because I was tired of them using me. You know, they gave me housing and board, but I didn't want to be held hostage in my own, living quarters forever. So I ran. Well, they've been kind of chasing me ever since because apparently, that information is not supposed to get out, and yet here we all are looking for a gem, like
So
the one
they
you
are
described.
criminals?
Yeah, they're called the Syndicate. An
Oh.
organization. They kind of pick, well, I hate to say it, but Yuri, they'd probably go after you in a heartbeat.
What?
Kind of what they look for. They look
Why?
for, they look for kids, orphans or young people out on the streets, and then they just snatch them up, invite them into their homes, give them a shit ton of money, and say, "Hey, go do things for us."
Oh.
That's awful.
These are criminals. You work for criminals?
Yes,
Red.
it's actually quite
Um,
that's a criminal act. Yes.
Red, do
I
I know?
suppose?
Red, do I
Make
know
it.
anything of the Count or the Syndicate?
Make a history check. Sorry, I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
Oh
Wait,
god,
I
laughed in
I had to like
silence.
catch, I had to
That's
catch my
solid.
breath just because it was so funny. They're like, "This sounds like criminals." I'm like, "Of course."
Yeah. Goes without
Just a
saying.
child wanting to confirm.
Yeah. Yeah, you have no idea what the heck this is. You're
So
just
she
like,
worked with a child.
the world
like
is just
Greg.
getting wider and wider to you, like as you just are continuing to go
That's
further out.
good.
I made the history check last week about him when he came up, so I know that I've heard rumors that he exists, but that's it.
And that took you like a 20 or something.
Yeah.
And that was like a 20, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes,
Alright, anyway,
I've only heard the rumors about him, but never any.
I mean,
What?
it's true. It's basically it's basically like a child slavery ring, more or less.
Why doesn't it surprise me that you work for him?
Not like I had a lot of choice. I left my own house. Well,
They're still
left,
after you.
kicked out.
Right. Yes, but why are they summoning you back now? Why do they need you in specific?
That's definitely a trap.
Well, there's two things. I kind of want my stuff back in my house because they're now sitting in my house. Creepy.
Right, I would assume.
Probably like playing with my clothes. It's really. And
I think
also,
that's what criminals do.
oh, well, they're also, when I was talking to Marcus, and I told Marcus that, I talked to Nahon, and Nahon was kind of going that direction. So,
Wait, you actually
Maybe
not
it was
kidding, or
no.
what?
He
no,
said
I
that?
don't ever. Well, okay, I kid a lot, but like
You never told me that was
serious
Nahum.
stuff. Oh, I didn't know. Yeah, so. Yeah, Nahon's going north, and we're just like a few days behind him, really.
Did he say that before he left?
Yeah, said he had to go, north.
So.
Right, but if he's going north, then why did he ask me to meet him where it all began? So he has to be Nicodronas.
It's strange. Yes. Why would...
What if
Either
not
that or
already
he. Wait!
He's
Amari's
playing us.
like reaching his hand up and he's like tapping his chin. What if all of this is just a ploy? What if he wanted us to go to the south, so that way he could go north and we would be off of his tail?
Oh,
Maybe he's trying to pull a trick on us, so that way he would have more time to get away, further north.
Right. Sorry, but what exactly did Nahon say?
God damn it! He wanted us. What did he say, Lassie? He told you.
Hold on, I actually have to look that up.
Yeah. Did I swear to God, if we just got the wool pulled over our eyes?
Do I need to roll to remember, or
No, you remember.
Uh, the message was tell Amari to meet me where beginnings end if he wants to know the truth. Tell him that alone, no one else is to know.
Beginnings end.
And the rest is, and tell him nothing is his fault, nothing he cannot control, that which happens out of his sight, especially that of other people. I hope you find what you are searching for.
You said beginnings end?
Could he be taking the crystal to this count something?
So
Well,
he
the
said,
count specifically did say Nahon will be next.
Oh,
yes, but he said something about the truth. What did he mean?
I don't know. But if he said the beginnings end, right? It was specifically the beginnings end.
Right.
So the end of
Where
the
the
beginning.
beginnings end.
Then it would not be at Nicodronas in the tavern. It would be somewhere where it all ended. Where did it end?
No. Where beginnings end would be where the beginning ended, not where the ending began. Yes.
Right.
In
Where
So,
will that be? Is that Nicodronas or where is it?
well, I
I met him in Nicodronas, yes. But
you met him there.
maybe he's not talking about the tavern, but what about his hideout? That was where I last saw him. Before me and Mulgore left and he stayed behind by a day. That would make the most sense. He's not at the tavern, he's at his old hideout. That's in Nicodronas. I know where that is.
Wait, have you seen it?
Yes, he showed me where it was. It was in the southern
Oh.
part of the lower end of the part of the town. It was a
All right.
place where he stayed. Beginnings end. If that is correct, then yes, I met him that same day at the tavern, and then that is where I left him. And then we
What
met him
happened
again
that
at
day?
Rostenwald. That would.
Aye.
It's a story. Well, needless to say, we were in the tavern and there was a fight that broke out because Mulgore was very finicky about his image, and some the rich kids from noble families were picking on him, so he got pissed off and basically picked a fight with him. And I was doing what I could to try to protect everybody. Well, he did not kill anybody. No, he
did.
just hit him with his axe a lot. No, in fact,
The
I
kid
was
died.
the one that killed someone by accident.
You.
But well, at the time, I don't know. I don't. It was an accident, but Nahon, he was watching, I suppose. He jumped down from the top of the sunroof of the cantina, and rushed in, helped us, and then we all left together. And then while we were on our way home, I was going to go back to the apartment that we were staying in, or home, but it was set on fire. It was obviously the noble families that were part of some rich kid. They put a hit on our house and lit it on fire, and I lost everything I had. It was a very upsetting day. But after that, we left. Nahon said that he could take us back to his hideout for the time being. We went there with him, and then me and Mulgore decided to leave out of the city sooner rather than later. But Nahon stayed behind by a day. So when we got to Trostenwald, we were there for a night, and then he showed up the next morning.
Where beginnings end.
But if that's correct, the beginning's end was at his old hideout.
That is correct.
Well, it's not the tavern.
We should
It
go
would be
there
his old
first.
hideout. I agree. We should probably go there now, as soon as we can.
Where is this hideout?
It's in the lower part of the town, sort of where the wall sort of crumbles by the ocean. I know what it is. I remember, but we just need to get there as soon as possible before
Alright.
something else happens.
This changes our plan then. Do not have Uriel go in with you.
No. And that's another thing. What if the truth isn't him talking to us? What if he wants us to find something? And if that's the case, then he might not even be there.
So he left the crystal and head north.
I don't know. I don't know where he could be, but the best place to look for possibly the next clue is in his place. We're already here. We might as well go look.
We are
Aye.
riding at this point, right? Sigrid?
We're in the car, I think.
It's
Right?
in the cart.
Yeah. So I assume we just been talking while we ride.
We're
Yeah.
like a days out from Nicodronas now, right?
Well, actually, no. You guys found it was pretty late, and you guys found a spot to camp at.
Perhaps we
Oh,
should
okay.
Okay.
push.
This is like the plateau that you guys are at right now. So.
I mean, we will be tired when we get there, but I don't know.
Honestly, I don't know if we should stop.
We shouldn't. We should get
Aye.
as
I
soon
think
as
I-
possible.
I agree. I think we should push on, but that's just me. I know we'll be tired, but
I mean, the town is safe,
honestly,
right?
yeah,
Safer than out here. I mean, of
well,
course.
but yes, of course. Yes, we have at least this Lezo there to protect us if anything
Aye.
goes wrong. But
I want
still.
to get there now, if possible.
I'm going to agree with Marcus this time. I think we should move.
How far are we? I forgot to hear.
About a day and a half, or excuse me,
I don't know if the horses will be able to go that long.
Yes.
Mm,
Day and night.
Have to agree with Lisa. Push them too
Mm.
hard, we would just go slower.
fair enough.
Ah, damn it.
Hmm.
You'll get there faster than on foot.
Saramari, is there any magical way to list the horse's load?
Oh, let me take a look, kid.
That is a legitimate question, by the way. I don't know.
I could cast Expeditious Retreat on both of the horses, possibly.
I would just tire them out faster.
That's
Hmm.
true. I could cast. Yeah, no, nothing. No, I think this is just a simple play of human anatomy. If you guys think that they might not be able to make it, then we should pull
Yeah,
off.
that
Day
Fair
and a
enough.
half straight
my
of
opinion.
riding it might be too much.
That is correct. Alright.
Alright.
Let's get
Either
to
way,
bed.
I would like to voice it, but I do not think this is a good idea. I think we should push on, but I'm going to go with the rest of the group.
I wanted to,
Hmm.
but if we tie the horses, they break. Let's set up camp quickly, get to sleep, and get this night over with.
I said.
Same watch as last time.
Aye.
Alright, well, I'll set up my
Leave
tower
already.
then.
All
Kind
right.
of looks
As
up at
you-
Marcus for a second.
We can eat in the cart as we go.
As you guys set up your camping area, which is what you guys have right here, you guys have kind of noticed the terrain is a little more rocky than usual. Make a perception check for those that are kind of like keeping an eye out.
Oh, that would be me.
Okay. Alright.
This is for us in general, right? Whatever's around.
Well,
What the fuck? Wait, is it? Shall I rule as well, or?
So, if
Anyone
you
who's
want-
keeping watch
anybody,
at the moment.
anybody that wants to, it's okay. It's
My understanding
Those-
was like it was just for us.
it's for anybody. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Alright, well.
Those that got above a 12 will notice that there's these strange kind of holes protruding right here.
Where?
Ah! No, that's not a circle.
Where?
That's a circle.
Very large.
That's a circle.
Ah, there.
And that's a circle.
Do they look suspicious? Or odd? Or...
And some rocks kind of protruding out of it a little.
They are large. Wait.
There's holes in the ground, just like holes, random holes.
I'm going to approach one of them, kind of kneel down and try to investigate. Try to see if anything might have pushed its way out of it and what that might be, if so.
I will hold warding shield.
Hold on, before you do that, does my nat 20 make me hear or smell anything?
You can hear something moving underground.
It's like little tiny feet.
Yeah.
Little like
Yeah.
tiny feet, it's like moving around, and it kind of gives like little rumbles.
There are footsteps below us.
Footsteps. Kind. I do not hear anything.
Quick ones.
Kind of looking a little more cautious now, but he still will approach the hole and investigate.
Kid, I
Well,
suggest
it's-
stepping back.
Let me do it.
Alright.
She has got her sword out, and she is gonna check it out cautiously. Keep an
I'm gonna
eye
look
out on the other. They
Yeah,
may,
I'm gonna look at.
whatever is down there may come out.
I got this one.
Hmm.
At a distance. I'm not walking to it, but just a distance watch.
Yeah.
All right. You guys start looking at the holes and start watching them. And Alessia, feel rumbling just get louder and louder, and then dies.
I'm holding an attack if something pops out and is aggressive.
You wait. It's super quiet now. You kind of hear some rocks kind of fall in the distance. Hear some birds scatter.
So Marcus draws his sword out like slowly.
Uriel does the same.
And as you feel some sweat just kind of like start to drip off your forehead, Lesia, something just flies out of the darkness, just like making all these like weird insect-like noises and just lunges at you.
Ah!
Ew.
My God, that thing's massive.
What is that?
It's in
The
my head!
Charis. Skyrim. I don't
That's a big fucking cockroach.
Reminds me of the Charis things from Skyrim that have like poison.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
No.
Titan things. I hate them.
I need you guys to roll initiative, please.
Hell yeah.
Does my attack go off?
Yes, it does. As you go in,
Oh,
lean in for the
yeah,
stab.
Yuri jumps, drops his sword, and struggles to pick it back up.
Yuri, pick up your sword!
Yes, sir.
Well, it's that one on initiative. Get it out of the way now.
Yeah,
Yuri, your job is to protect Amari. Stay close to him.
I said.
Fight everything
I-
off.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. My job is to protect you fucking fools.
Look, I'm the squire listening to the night. Like,
It's
Mari's not
actually-
even focusing on that.
My
Sick.
advantage roll.
Love that.
I know he will be safest with Amari.
That's
It's true.
honestly true.
honestly.
Alright.
That's like
Uh,
Amari's priority right now.
I cannot see the initiative tracker of its hidden.
Yeah, me neither.
I love how my health is less than
because
Amari.
it's hidden.
Oh, I know, right?
So
What
that's
the fuck is that about?
I took a few levels and I rolled them. I rolled their health and I rolled like shit.
Bop, 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 bop.
In fact, I generally rolled like shit.
It's alright.
It'll get an attack off of you, though, Lycia, as well.
I figured.
Because you just
It's
hate each other.
gonna bite you. You can't go for a
Flash
bite.
at the same.
Yeah.
Chomp.
Does a 19 hit?
Yeah, it does.
It comes over and like the pincers, like when it lunges at you, just like latches onto your shoulder and it just pinches deep, but then like it retracts when you stab. Wait, did you stab it?
I did. I rolled a 25.
Oh yeah. As you stabbed it and kind of like draw your blade out, knock it off. As you elbowed it off, it just lands on the ground.
Rotation.
Um,
Well, it didn't hurt
It's
her.
like here for 6 damage, unless that shit counts.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Hmm.
Roll the sheep.
How much damage?
Oh, fuck.
All right, and as the like to retract that, the pinches just get stopped as the blue light just kind of absorbs around you for a moment, Lesia.
I take 1 damage.
Uno point.
Let's see.
You said
Protect
it
deep
hits
is
minutes.
kick up some dust and shield blocks the most of the bite. You get scraped.
I get like the very tip of the
Yeah.
jaws scraped.
Just hit your shoulder. Lanced off. I did
Doesn't
it because
even
I was
drop
surprised.
Darmanicus, you're probably up first, so go ahead. Yes, Darmanicus, you are up first.
Alright. Seeing this gosh darn bug pop out of nowhere. I am going to attack it straight away with my longbow. with sharpshooter and with advantage because the bug hasn't gone first.
Ooh.
Better hit.
Please.
All right.
You draw the longbow back, and release it.
God.
It just goes straight into its eye hole as it just goes like it kind of reels up.
Nice.
You hit it.
All right. I should have done this right away first. Actually, no, that's fine. And then, I'm going to take my second attack on it with just a regular shot.
Jeez. Nice.
Right. That and applying the Colossus Slayer to it.
Oh,
Because
Jesus.
it reduced it's below its max HP.
Aye.
Oh.
Alright.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did all of those hit?
Yeah, the second
Holy
arrow.
shit.
He drops it, launches it straight in the other eye.
Fucking boss killer up in here.
Wow.
Oh well. Put back to the weapons.
Oh,
We're done here.
You
fucking
fucked,
well.
you fucked our boss moment. Okay.
That's what you think, as all of a sudden this guy pops out right behind
I was about to
Dominic
say.
shoots, just kind of like
That was quick.
some spit just launches from him.
Fight back
Make
to
a
back.
dexterity saving throw.
What's it do?
Dexterity saving throw from Darminicus and Amari. As it goes
Alright.
through. Not through, but like, it's not. It's on the other side of the cart.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Whoa!
Oh!
All right.
Alright.
That does it.
Uriel's like, duck! And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we could go with that.
Yeah.
Set him out, look out!
Take
Whatever you say, kid.
7 points of acid damage as it just like flies over and just burns your cart, and kind of your horses are just like "Arr!" and just start running off.
how much
Goodness.
damage? Sorry, Ben.
7 points.
7
Because
points.
you guys succeeded. Succeeded! And with that, Mayette.
So seeing that thing fly over there, Maya is going to immediately kind of lift her arm and cast spiritual weapon. Oh shit!
Holy shit.
Whoa.
Bro, what the fuck is going on?
Keep
Raven
rolling
is
that
hungry.
shit.
Where's
Mm.
Where did I put it?
Where's Merla?
We're using all of our our 20s right now, guys. We're not.
No,
gonna
it's
put
just gonna be
boss later.
ones. I'm nervous.
The boss of this is secretly Nahon, by the way. Just letting you
yeah,
know.
literally.
He has a
You fight
decipher
Nahon
army.
and you can't fucking hit him.
Okay, there you
Damage. Nice.
go. Yeah, roll that damage. Roll that damage.
Does Amari take that 7 damage, by the way, from the acid spit?
Because he.
Yeah, Mari.
It's you still in the way.
Hmm.
Well, it's an
Oh.
automatic succeed, but like you still take half, if I'm correct. Unless
So it's 7
does Nat
with
20
half?
just get rid of it? That's a good
No.
question. Does Nat 20s just get rid of it when they say
Not
that?
typically.
Don't think so.
Okay,
No.
then-
No.
No.
Yeah, you still
Um,
take
is
half.
that-
Is 7 half or is
7 is
Seven
half,
half.
yes.
Sorry, buddy.
The full is 14 damage. You want the 14?
no? I was just curious because I might.
I'll trade you. I'm just kidding.
Temporary hit point up.
Right.
No worries, no worries. And your freaking thing just comes over. The bird just flies down and just starts pecking at the top of the shell of the ankeg. What else do you do?
Oh. I'm just gonna turn slightly and just keep my eye on Darmidicus Amari.
That was your bonus action, by the way.
Right.
And you still have an action.
Probably like cantrip, weapon, or dodge
Yeah,
action.
I'm looking. Oh, here. Let's see. Let's try this one. So seeing that the Raven's gonna hit it, I'm going to kind of just reach my hand out, put my fingers in it. Then a white and purple light is going to show up, the thing you all haven't seen before. And there's just going to be a purple and white holy flame just shooting right out at the little thing that just attacked Birdie.
What did you cast?
I cast Ascending.
Ascending flame.
Yeah, it needs to make a dexterity.
All right. You rolled an 18.
Yeah, he's fine.
Phooey. He kind of just shrugs off the flame that just kind of like is burned above him. It brightened up the space that was around you all, but it kind of like fizzled out. It was like,
Alright, that's that. Bad.
all right. Marcus.
Okay. So Marcus turns and yells to Dominicus, Dominicus, shoot the one behind you! And he's gonna use action surge.
Action surge. What are you trying to do?
I want Dominicus to shoot.
No, that's a bonus action to use your things. Remember?
Battle master thing, right?
Yeah, it's a battle master thing. It's a
You
bonus.
would have to attack the
Command.
creature and then command.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can't attack anything. So I'm gonna hold my
No,
action.
you can still picture. Okay. You hold your action. You hold your double actions. I'm just kidding.
Yes, double actions.
No. Don't.
You
don't.
said it. I mean, the DM said
No, I did not. Don't you.
I have it. I'm
Don't you
recording
use
it.
my words against me.
I'm recording it.
I will have these things bite out your throat.
Okay,
boy.
never mind then. You never said it.
Divine intervention.
Divine intervention shall.
Alright,
never
so
proceed.
So he goes into
As-
weapon stance and ready for anything coming flying down, up.
All right. Okay.
Or coming up from the holes. 'cause
Yeah.
that's where they come from.
literally
It's a good
anything.
thing. It's a good thing you're ready because one just jumps out right in front of you.
I knew
Just,
it!
"Ah!"
I knew it.
And it leaps over and it bites you. Or it's gonna
You-
try to
you
bite
can
you.
bite all you want.
Does an 18 hit?
No, it does not.
No.
Yep.
You dingus. As it just like bites your shield, just kind of like gnaws on it. You thrust your blades, trying to gut it, and you stab it straight in its chest, like the underbelly, and then draw your blade out as it just like stretches next to you, just kind of going, "Ah!" Making all these weird clicking noises. You heard it. Nice.
Yes, I did.
And hold on. Okay, and that will be its action. That guy's dead. Bless you.
Lesia is going to, with her bonus action, bite her thumb and draw her finger across the blade as she activates her Crimson Right. I think I hit the wrong button. Nope. Taking
Alright.
5 points of damage. And now Lightning is coating her sword, and then she's going to hold her action in case another one pops out of this hole.
Okay. And this guy right here is going to go ahead and kind of look at, it's going to try to crawl over and get right here. Sorry. And it's going to make a spit attack.
Sure.
Spit or
So
spit?
go ahead and roll me a dexterity for Dominicus and Maya.
The acid.
Better dodge
I'm
that.
actually-
Yes.
Yeah, that determined what I was going to... Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Well,
You guys save, and as the acid just kind of launches out, this green goo just like kind of covers you guys a little bit on the as you guys step out of the way, and you take 8 points of damage. Amari.
Oh boy. Okay, well I am going to actually turn and move this way up here. I'm going to kind of move behind Darmicus and reach my hand out in his direction. And I'm going to cast, or I'm going to say Sacrum Equitum, and immediately cast Sacred Word. And the first one, so like a blue kind of like shield sort of cloaks your body, sort of in the same way that it does for me when I have shield on. And it kind of cloaks your body basically. So next time you take damage, you will heal. And then the ward jumps to someone else.
Do I have to roll that, or do you roll that when I take damage?
I'll roll that.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Glowing.
And then after that, with an it's all I can do. Shit, hold on. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, that's my turn. I'm gonna just concentrate on that spell.
All right. Uriel.
All right. So, yeah, Yuri kind of seeing the bugs around him skittering, Amari moving away. He's gonna kind of look from Amari to the bugs, kind of making a moment's decision. He's with the sword in his hand, kind of grabbing in both hands, kind of poises into a thrusting position, and he will rush right at the thing. And he will launch out with a thrust of his longsword.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Roll. Swing, and you just like lop off one of its legs. It just like
Yeah, I'm running low. Yeah.
Well, no, you don't lop off. You were going for a stab. You go in and you stab it straight in its side. And it, like, you twist your blade for a second, you pull it out, and just kind of snaps it quickly.
Is that possible?
Wait, you do 0 damage?
I think the minimum is 1, but my strength is negative. So yes.
Oh lord.
You,
So it's up to you whether that does any damage at all.
The blade just kind of like, Marcus, you see him just like charge in, and like the blade just like hits the side of the armor, just kind of like, and he's just like, and then the creature just kind of backs away and kind of like,
I'm going to use my action surge to kind of like settle into a stance, and I'm going to swing my my blade over my head and kind of like do a kind of like a full around swing. I'm going to try to chop off one of its legs.
yeah, all right, dude, kill it. Nah, you miss, sadly.
Alrighty.
You swing, and it just like backs away, and like the blade is a little heavy as you kind of swing, and like the weight throws you off a little.
He kind of stumbles as he swings it full. He The sword is not quite as big as him, but it's about as big as his torso and hips. Like, this kid is obviously... He's trying his best, but he is not made for this sword. That's... Yeah, that's my turn. That's my turn.
Right. Give me 1 second.
That's kind of cool.
Hmm. The sword itself, by the way, is kind of... Marcus, you wouldn't notice especially. It's kind of old and not chipped. He's done his absolute best to keep it, but it's very old despite that. You could tell.
All right, Darmanicus.
First, I just want to state that when we saw Ural sort of running into it, he started throwing his head like, "Oh my gosh, he just ran in." So at the same point, I'm gonna make my first attack. Actually,
Make the attack.
wait. Yeah.
No,
I'll
I'm just
attack.
kidding.
I'll attack first.
I didn't even touch
No. it's gonna be this one here. Okay. Make sure everything's good.
Yeah, you hit
Well.
this guy, right?
And
Okay. You just launch your arrow and just hits the side of it.
right. And then I'm going to attack again. But I always keep forgetting. Can I switch targets?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Alright. Yeah.
The
so
card is
my
kind of
second-
in your way, though. All you have to do is move.
Yeah, I'll move. 5, 10, 15, 20. And then I'll make my second attack.
Undo this guy?
Yeah.
Or is
This one.
okay. Go ahead.
Mhm.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh, you hit me in the
You
fucking balls.
you launch and yeah.
Oh.
Finally, you hit Marcus. Finally. As the arrow just kind of sinks and goes, swoop, hits like your left shoulder, Marcus, right before you were about to swing at him.
Oh.
He turns his head and looks at Dominicus.
Uh,
What was that?
I shrug my shoulders.
Ow.
How much damage? 11?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Minus 3. Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
For the
Marcus.
record, you're both wearing goldish armor.
That's your excuse, really?
You guys are the same color. All right, that's it.
Okay. So Marcus is gonna... He's watching the kid just hammering at him and then get pierced by his own teammates. He's like, alright, that's it.
That's it. I'm done.
I'm leaving. Oh, he attacks.
That hits.
And he attacks again.
That also hits.
Is the damage so low?
Either way, the kids' eyes are still fucking starry-eyed, so good job.
Yeah, he fights really well. Like, he's really nimble. Even if the shield is heavy, he fights with it very easy. Like, he's really strong because the armor is heavy and the shield is heavy, but he still moves pretty well.
Yeah.
He looks at Yuri. I'll keep its attention. We'll see if you can flank it from the back.
All right. Yes, sir.
If I use action surge, can he walk behind it?
Mm,
No.
No.
there is a
not
maneuver
how
for
that
that. I think it's maneuvering attack. You'd have to
Yeah.
take it.
Well, I'm gonna tell the kid, like, strike it right there. I'm using my action surge on him.
That's not what that does.
You can
That's
only
It
use
gives
it on
you
yourself.
An extra action.
Oh fuck it then. I'll kill it. You shrug it right here.
No,
Well,
it's a bonus action. It's your commander abilities. You have like 3 grip points. You can spend one of them to do that.
Okay, then I do that.
Okay.
Alright, so
You
I
can
guess I'll
command-
take an attack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
And you
Alright.
use action surge to attack again, so I will count that.
You actually get 2 attacks because you extra attack with extra surge.
Really?
Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah, it's an
that's
action surge, not an
Go
attack
ahead.
surge.
an
The
attack.
full-
You can attack again.
Wait,
Friend,
I'm really
That's
confused.
crazy.
you gotta start doing that on the Saturday campaign because I'm a dingus.
Each you get a new action which you can use to make 2 attacks.
That's nice.
So
Okay.
roll 1 more attack.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I would always get it confused in my head. Okay. The second one missed, however.
Yeah.
Uriel, you come in and did exactly what he had said. You go in with a slash and you cut it, and one of its legs just get lopped off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Falls
good
over.
job. Now
Thank you,
finish it
sir.
off.
Oh man, it is so close to dying.
Okay, I
It does
think
not
I'm
look good. It is bleeding badly, and like the leg is gone. Mayet,
Matt's gonna send Merla over to this one and have it just pack again. Oh my
Oh!
god!
What the fuck?
That bird is
Once
insane.
again,
What a
Pack, pack,
beast.
pack, pack, pack.
go ahead and roll damage.
What a beast.
That bird is a killer.
Fucking crush.
It
Yeah.
flies down,
Christ.
just like starts pecking straight through its skull, and then it just cracks it, and the pancake just kind of goes.
It
Well.
killed it? Oh! Yeah, well done.
Two nat 20s on a thing.
Yeah.
Holy crap! And then so for the other thing, she's going to look around, and then action. She's just gonna cast. Let's cast Ascending Flame at this one.
Right. It's a dexterity.
Yup.
Natural 1.
So it takes 2d6.
Go ahead. Roll the damage.
7.
All right. As like the flame just kind of starts lighting it. Once you guys are looking after once Uriel and Marcus had like cut it all up, the flame kind of floats above and then just ignites the whole entire creature on fire, and it just lays there, crumpling up.
Yeah, he's gonna like kick it away.
Oh, Matt's also now glowing in a purple and golden aura around her. That happened.
Oh,
Gain temporary hit.
does that end your turn?
Yeah,
There's
that's
turn order.
Yep.
Okay. What do you do? Still have
Uh,
the inclination.
Yeah. Can I, using my passive perception, could I get an idea of where the next, if there's any more that might pop up somewhere?
Let me roll.
If you
What's
look
your
at the
passive
turn order, there'll be
perception?
2 more.
21.
You tell that one is coming from right here,
Okay.
and then it's moving over here.
So there's 2, one moving up here, and then one right here.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to, I got this one, there's one coming up that way, and I kind of nod over to that direction, and I'm gonna hold my action for the one that pops out here again.
Okay. Amari.
They're all dead, right?
All the ones
Oh.
out here are dead, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The one is coming up here.
I'll come over here next to Darmanicus, and I will. I'm gonna hold Scorching Rays. I'm gonna hold my action for Scorching Rays, and whenever that creature pops up out of the ground, I'll cast it on him.
Just
Alright.
so you know, I also said one would come out of this place.
Okay, cool.
You're looking at this one, right? Or are you looking at this one?
The one
Because
that's
it's this
closer.
one and this one.
The one that's closer to this one.
Uriel.
Alright. I hear that I'm going to kind of, with no real time to look over to Marcus, I'm gonna kind of look at the one that's being covered and look at the one that's not. I will circle around, and I think I'm just gonna stand here, and if a bug comes to me, I'm going to hold my action to try to knock it prone, if I can.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Contested check, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking at the hole.
I am.
Is it? Alessia is looking at this one right here,
Mhm.
and as you stare into the darkness, you just feel this like something just lunge right by you, trying to go past you for a second, as it goes after Darmanicus. Once it lunges out, you, Amari, and Lesia, you both are able to get an attack off, but it is also going to get an attack on Darmanicus as well.
Oh,
Fortunate.
okay.
You miss.
Oh no!
You throw
I
the
do-
attack. Miss.
I forget, do I get extra attack withheld? Did we decide that?
Is that if that's normally a thing? It would make sense. I don't know. I have no
Oh, I
idea.
hit the wrong fucking thing. Whoops.
According to rules as written, it's not, but I think we've ruled it otherwise in
Yeah.
the past, so
I think attacks of opportunity. Is that what we're discussing?
Have I done it before? Have I let you guys do that before? If I
I
have,
think
then I'll.
so.
What the hell happened to the attack roll?
I don't mind,
bro? Oh my
honestly.
god.
Oh my
It
god.
did.
Those fucking
It
things.
freaked
Doesn't
out
matter.
on me. It freaked out on me too for a second. Don't worry. It was like
Alright.
everything on
There.
roll 20 will go crazy.
There we go.
Whoa!
I won that 20.
Hey,
It does get a large bite on Darmanicus as oh my god, you guys just freaking okay. So, Darmanicus, you get bitten right in the side as it kind of like lunges up and kind of the pinches just press on the sides of you. It hits you for 21 and does 15 points of damage.
I'm gonna use my projected ward to take off. How much damage you say?
Hold on.
15.
Hold on.
15?
You gave me that thing.
I
Do
know.
I still
hold on.
take damage?
Oh, yeah,
or
hold
does
on.
it like balance
I'm
out?
gonna block off 14 damage, so that way you take 1, and I can still use the fucking spell, the Sacred Ward, if that's possible.
Is it possible?
Let's
Is that a
see.
reaction? That's a reaction, so you can do that. Okay.
Yeah.
But you use
Thank
your
you.
reaction to cast the Sacred Flame, or the, the
Sacred Ward.
Ray of, the Ray of, Scorching Rays. That was
That
your
was
reaction.
my action. Oh
It was
yeah.
the held action.
hmm.
Ah,
Yeah, we
This is
usually
your
forget
reaction.
about
Alright, well
that.
then he'll take the
which
damage,
is
and
a
then
reaction.
I'll just heal him
Yeah.
back up with the Sacred Ward.
Okay.
So
Do you
it
get to
was-
choose who it flies to, or is it random?
Choose.
Hmm.
So right, I just want to do this in order. It's 14
That's right.
damage.
Yes, 15.
15.
15.
So-
Okay, so let me do that first.
And you did 17 damage in total
Oh, well,
with
there
your
you go.
Scorching Ray?
Jesus. Yeah. Hold on. I hit with I assume I missed with a 12, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it would be 17 plus 8 is
25.
25. Yeah.
Okay.
And then fucking Darmanicus, because I high rolled that shit to get 21 points of healing back. And then I'm gonna
Alright.
bounce the ward to Lesia.
Alrighty.
Okay. The creature's already like with the rays, it's like severely burned, and like it looks like, you know, lightsaber burns almost in a way because it was so hot.
Too close. Too close.
All right, so
And then, oh, hold on, gotta zoom out. The one just appears right next to you, Uriel, and just as it's coming towards you, just spits right in your direction, kind of like going across to Mayette.
all right. That
Gotta
is
Make a
a
dexterity saving throw.
For Mayette. Oh,
all right,
alright.
and I will make an athletics check to knock it prone. It has to beat that.
It does not. Mayette, roll your dexterity saving throw.
Dang.
Dang, you guys just the acid just kind of flies over you guys. You get lightly sprayed again. It still kind of burns you all as you take 5 points of damage, but then you come over and Uriel and you just run towards
yeah,
the
so
shoulder.
what I what I do is Uriel just kind of has like still holding the longsword with two hands, but the point is the tip is kind of pointed closer to the ground. And as the thing comes close, he kind of, as he avoids the acid, he manages to kind of hook it underneath one leg and just pulls with all of his strength, knocking it off balance and causing it at the very least to stumble enough to be prone.
Yeah, it goes prone as it just goes kind of rolls around. It's like a pill bug, just tries to crawl over.
Yeah.
Darmanicus.
Shaking off that bite. I will. If I move right here, I don't get it won't be
No.
what was it? Opposite opportunity attacks.
As long as you're within 5 feet of it, yeah.
Yeah.
But, am I still in range of this one here then? Because I should.
Yeah,
be
you
that
can
way
shoot
because of
it.
the cart. All right then.
Yeah. Yeah, you can
That's
see
what
it.
I'm going
Shoot.
to do.
You're at disadvantage though because it's prone, but
Darn
TC
it.
isn't too high.
Yeah.
You're at
15 makes it.
disadvantage either way, so.
All right. Give me. All right.
That hits.
Oh.
You just shoot it straight in its gut, or its underbelly as it's just like crawling on its back. It kind of makes this.
All right. Then I will take my second attack on it.
All right.
Holy shit!
Then you negated my net 20.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Um,
Forgive me.
and then with that,
Well,
apply the Colossus Slayer below it. HP. So that's it.
26 total.
Mm-hmm.
good.
Man, the second arrow just sinks into its underbelly, and it just kind of makes this. And like you can see more blood just coming out of it. That's a lot of damage.
And yeah, that's it.
Marcus. Marcus.
Can I walk past this?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I. So Marcus turns around and runs past everybody, gets up here, and he will viciously attack it.
All right, you have advantage. It's prone.
Okay, that's good.
Wow.
I take a 24.
That hits.
That's one attack. Next.
Again, as you stab it on its back, you draw your blade up, and
Yeah.
then you look at its face, and then it kind of like rears up against you, and you just put your blade straight through it.
And I twist
You end
it.
it. You twist the blade, it just kind of snaps the head off. It's an insect. It's not that hard to snap its head off.
No, it's not. A bug.
Not yet.
Well, seeing that happen, it's gonna go down. No. Harder. So seeing that like immediate threats got taken care of, she's going to gonna start like weaving her hands back and forth, and it's gonna look like three little purple needles are gonna show up. They're gonna glow, and she is going to send out Holy Missile on Yuri, Darmenicus, and Elsia.
Do they actually feel like needles?
Nah, I'm not sure.
Little clouds.
She always
Little
shoots it
puff
at
of
people.
clouds.
All right.
I don't have no idea. What would it feel?
Could just feel like healing.
Correct?
Just feel like healing.
Feels
All
like
right.
healing. Feels like a little cloud kind of touches your shoulder.
Sounds-
Maybe like a syringe.
Like almost like a numbing sensation. Like
All right. Cast. Roll the healing. Roll for that healing.
Okay.
Who's that for?
That's the first
for
person.
Yuri, Darmenicus, and Elsia.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I thought it was like each target gets different healing.
Yes, that's
Gotcha.
cool.
All right,
Okay.
not cool.
No,
So four to everybody.
It's magic missile just to heal.
I get 7, so I'm at full.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Lesia. Well,
Okay.
wait. Sorry, that was the end of your turn. Mia? Sorry.
Actually, no, I've still got the bonus.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, I'll just have Merla go over there and try to peck that one.
Pretty sure it only has a
He really
Pretty
knows how
sure-
to pick bugs.
I think
Pretty
it can
sure,
only go 20 feet.
speed of 20.
Oh, that's right, 20. Damn it, far.
It can get this far. It can get far.
Disregard.
It's almost there. Just it's like flipping
It's like
over.
10 away.
Yup, 10. Disregard.
Alright.
You're about to send the murder bird over.
The bug
Alright, I have
crusher.
flanking. I have flanking with the Murray, right?
Yes.
Alright. Hopefully I'll hit something this time.
You will. Pretty hard.
Yes. No.
Oh my God.
How do you want to do this?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Legend of
let's see.
Zelda, that shit.
Alright, so yeah, I am going to leap on top of this thing and kind of just like jab my sword through its head and then just drag it down, splitting it open.
All right.
Kind of rodeo ride this thing a little bit as it struggles and dies.
You just hop on, like the dust kind of kicks up, and as it settles, you just kind of like you're on your knees and stand back up, drawing out the blade from the head of the end keg. And it seems fairly calm.
Seeming.
However, with that perception, passive perception of 21, Lesia, you start feeling something in the ground.
There's more
It
coming.
starts to vibrate heavily.
Something
It
big.
starts to shake to the point where you guys start thinking it might be an earthquake.
What is that? What is that?
Not sure. Nothing good.
One.
All of a sudden, A large hole is just created straight right here. Let me draw the shape.
Oh no.
This is
Oh,
not good.
no.
Bad day.
We're all
Hi,
fucked up
Cart.
here.
Should have stayed on the other side.
Mother. Oh no.
Oh,
Oh, that's a big hole.
And as it just explodes,
Where's the mother up here?
A tiny goblin comes out. It's like, hey.
Oh,
Oh, never
a
mind.
larger Encake queen explodes out.
Oh, that's bad.
This is where we will end tonight's session, everybody.
oh, yay!
Oh,
God.
Ah.